A rough day, so I'm gonna open my soda really quick. How's everybody doing? I hope you've had a good December so far. How's it going? What is this? Oh, it's my drink. Okay. I have the chat thingy ready to go, I believe. I'm just gonna test it out really quick. Let's see. Hi, Ty. It doesn't work. Excellent. Perfect. All right, 1 second. Properties. Maybe this will fix it. Bum, 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 bum. Does this work? There we go. Hanging in there. I feel that, Soft Cottage Witch. I feel that. But yeah, what have y'all been up to? How are your streams going? We're doing our Q&A session today, so let me know if music is too loud. I'm gonna keep music on this time. It was so quiet last time. I just want music. I'm gonna chill here for a couple hours. I'm gonna be live for probably about 2 hours. Let me make sure I'm in communication with Panthera, our wonderful mod who helps me pull questions out. So thank you so much, Panthera. You're getting tipsy to start the month off, Odie. I don't drink anymore. I'm so proud of myself, but I'll still have a soda because I still hate my body, I guess. That's not true. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dugsley. I wanted my hair to be big. I don't know. It's so little. All right. You officially got hired to your new job. Congratulations, Razor Zeus. I'm gonna start up at the top. Say hi to our early friends. Is it Aom I Aspen? Aom I Aspen. Razor Zeus, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm gonna call you Aspen. I hope that's okay. Aspen says their stream is doing well. They're on their way to affiliate. Look at you go. You just need, there we go. You just need 3 viewers, which I'm not worried about, but it's been going great. Oh, you're gonna get it. I believe in you. Let's see here. Razor Zeus is starting off rough of finding out what my audience likes, but some troubleshooting is a pain. What kind of troubleshooting problems are you dealing with? Troubleshooting is the worst. I am struggling. I've got a whole story. I haven't streamed on Twitch in a couple of days, so I haven't gotten a chance to like vlog, so I guess y'all are gonna get my mind dump before we get into the questions. Oh, I'm glad you could join Ultimate Game Boy. You gotta work on Saturday instead. Ew, yucky. Congratulations on getting hired at your new job, Razor Zeus. Hi, Sentry. How are you doing? How's it going? Hi, CDA Worlds. Welcome in. How's it going? We have Panthera here to help mod. Thank you so much to Panthera. Dukesley, of course, hitting us with the dance emojis. I think that's what they are. Hi, Violet Hummingbird. How are you doing today? Odie, getting started right. Starting December off the right way. Violet says, I feel like for weeks and months I've been on the verge of having everything together and it's just never actually the case. I feel kind of opposite. I'm not feeling so great right now. I don't know what it is. Am I burnt out? I don't know. I haven't posted a video in a while. I don't know what's going on with me. I really don't. Soft Cottage Witch stream for the first time ever these past few weeks. It's been so exciting. What have you started out streaming? And like my last stream, I was told my viewers didn't get your live notification. Oh, yucky. Okay. Welcome in, Blink Films. Thank you so much for joining. I like your avatar. It's very cute. Webcam isn't popping up on your iMac? Do you mean on your OBS or do you mean during this stream? Okay. My bangs are getting so long that I can't wear them down anymore. I'm gonna have to cut them again. So we have our first question from Violet Hummingbird. Is there a sort of formula for what the normal amount of subs per follows is? Oh no, absolutely not. I think that this varies. Sub count is very interesting. It's going to reflect the engagement of the content creator. So there could be someone with 10,000 followers who has the same sub count as someone with 500 followers, depending on what the engagement of that content creator is with their actual audience. There are some people with 50K who don't stream but like once or twice a month, so their sub count is going to be significantly lower. One of the frustrating parts about Twitch is, and I'm dealing with this, I haven't been streaming as much for the last, oh my god, see, this is what results in the burnout. I haven't been streaming as much for the last like week, or no, I'd say like month or so, as I had been for fall, like around autumn, but I don't know if I'm getting hit with a seasonal depression or what. But the less you stream, the less available you are for people to use their Twitch Prime to sub or to sub to you at all. So your sub count will go down if you're not subbing as often, which is incredibly frustrating because it creates this, I have to stream every single day or else my sub count won't go up and it will just keep going down. Like my sub count has gone down by like, if I was ballparking, I don't know, 35 to 40%, just in the last 2 weeks because I haven't been streaming as long or as often, but I've run into a lot of technical problems. So if you have a low sub count, I guess, you need to work on engagement. It's not follower count that you're dealing with, it's engagement. Oh my God, Panthera has a question today. What? Okay, well, before I jump too far in, I'm gonna go ahead and mind dump a little bit so that I can go ahead and just clear my brain and focus on y'all's questions. But I've had a pretty rough month. It's not really though. The thing is, like, nothing bad is happening except for the Streamlabs thing. I think the Streamlabs thing really derailed me because it threw off my upload schedule. And then my computer has been malfunctioning on me, so I understand the technical difficulty problems. My memory has been weird. Oh, they should be in the mail today. Oh my God, that's what I was supposed to do before I went live tonight. I should have 2 new memory sticks that is going to up me from 32 gigs to 48 gigs of memory in my computer. Which I've been dealing with that. My stream has been crashing a lot because my computer's memory can't, it's not just that my computer's memory can't handle stuff, because I was also dealing with malware on my computer that I accidentally got from trying to install a Bluetooth app on my computer for my Bluetooth headphones, and oopsies, downloaded malware. And I didn't realize it, and so it just sat there for like a month or 2, and then I thought that it was Streamlabs that was the issue because it's a memory hog, and Streamlabs is a memory hog, but it wasn't. It was actually the malware, so I had to do a fresh install of Windows on my computer, which is why my fonts look really ugly on all my overlays. I haven't had an opportunity to go in and change up do anything. So I do want to mention tomorrow in the Offbeats Discord server, discord.gg/offbeats in chat, we are going to be doing an OBS session in voice chat, so everyone is going to hang out in voice chat, and I'm gonna click on this. Everyone's gonna hang out in voice chat and work on OBS together. I'm certainly not going to be like fully teaching it because, but I've used OBS a bit. I started out with OBS in 2016 when I started streaming, and I used it for about 2 years before I switched over. It might have been closer to 3 years before I switched over to Streamlabs. So I have a pretty good experience level with Streamlabs OBS in general, although I have not used OBS in a couple of years. So we're going to kind of work in OBS tomorrow as a group, screen share, swap ideas, plugins, and set up our overlays and kind of troubleshoot and stuff together. So if you would like to join the Offbeats Discord, we would love to have you in there for that. We've got a lot of fun events planned for December. We're doing a witchy meetup again, the full moon meetup. We've got a game night at the end of the month. We're doing an ugly Christmas sweater party or an ugly holiday sweater party, which is going to be a lot of fun, and an art night next Monday where everyone hangs out and does art together. So okay, is that everything I want to mind vomit about myself? I'm gonna get a brownie out because I need something to sustain my brain. Yeah, I had to do a fresh install of Windows, lost all my fonts. I also lost my chat bot, so I didn't realize that I thought that Streamlabs chatbot was a cloud bot, and I lost all of my everything on my chatbot, my commands, my channel point currency, all of it. So there's quite a bit that I'm having to redo for myself right now, which I think is, there's a lot I think that's throwing me into a funk. I'm also, to be honest, I kind of want to have like an honest conversation about sponsors at some point, because I'm really kind of sick of sponsorships, and I got screwed over by Manta Comics, so that's cool. Yeah, I even emailed them and checked up with them. they had me post an ad and they just ghosted me. So that's cool. I kind of want to have a conversation about sponsorships. I might just make a full video about it. So if y'all have any comments or any specific questions about sponsorships, I can't really talk about getting sponsorships because I don't reach out for sponsorships. I don't like getting rejected, so I don't reach out very often. But I just want to talk about my experience with sponsored videos, sponsored content, working with companies, the ups, the downs, the benefits, the payouts, and that kind of thing, because I've not done sponsored content for very long. I've been streaming and doing content creation since 2016, and it's only been this year, I want to say around like May of 2021, that I started working paid content or sponsored content. And I want to talk about that. So yeah, if y'all have any, it's beyond rude, Panthera, because posting ads on your Twitter or your whatever cheapens your brand, and to not get paid when you're doing a deal like that is like I gave you an ad for free. Do you know what I mean? Like that I anyway, whatever. I'll talk about that in the video. So if y'all have any specific questions about it, drop them in chat. Panthera will grab them for me, and I'll include them in the video. I'm probably going to try to release an OBS video probably next week or the week after. I want to do this OBS session tomorrow in Discord, and kind of get a feel for what everyone needs help with. That way I can make a really good video for y'all. Oh my god, a lipstick question? Look at you. It's actually this. Not Nick's lingerie, and it's called Expose Me. Please don't. two X's and Expose Me. And I got it, yeah, I got it off of Amazon. It's nice. It's like a liquid matte lipstick. Okay, let's go to the questions Panthera's picked out for me. We already talked about the formula for the normal subs for followers. So let's, oops, sorry, sorry, not that one yet. We'll probably come back to that one. Actually have a question today. When would you recommend creators start a Patreon Kofi Fanhouse? When you feel sustainable enough to manage multiple platforms. This is not going to be a one size fits all. No, none of these answers will ever be one size fits all. I don't want anyone to think that they're ever going to be one size fits all. I feel like you need to, for me, you need to be consistent with one platform before you try to branch to another platform. So I've started this year with focusing on YouTube first, one video up a week, every week, and then I started trickling Twitch back in. And once I started to feel like I had balanced those well, I thought about incorporating a paid platform. For me, I am not, right now, I'm still not able to provide content on those paid platforms. So now I'm looking at it, it's like I can't manage all of these different platforms. You're constantly going to have to ask yourself these questions. Am I able to maintain this? So, which is why I always stress sustainable scheduling for Twitch, like 3 times a week tops. If you're wanting to diversify onto other platforms, which I would highly recommend doing. So for me right now, it's like 3-ish times a week on Twitch, 1 time a month on YouTube, but I kind of want to up to 2 times a month on YouTube. So every other week I go live once on YouTube with 3 or so live streams a week still on Twitch. And I would replace any of my YouTube streams with like into Twitch. So if I was doing, you know what I mean? If I was doing 3 times a week this week on Twitch and I wanted to add a YouTube stream, I would only do 2 times a week on Twitch and 1 time on YouTube. So it's still 3 total live streams. Because you also want to be, do you want to make YouTube videos? What exactly would your Patreon, Kofi, and Fanhouse content look like? Would you be creating exclusive content? That's a different question to ask. If you just want to have a place where people can subscribe to you, especially if you're trying to get people to subscribe off Twitch, you can start this immediately, but I would not create a bunch of crazy tiers where you have a lot of stuff that you owe people for subscribing. So don't create 5 different tiers with like, I give you a one-on-one session and I do this and I do that and I have 5 exclusive live streams a month and I create 1 exclusive video, and you don't create all of this stuff if you're still just trying to find your balance on Twitch. If you're just looking for subscriptions or places to subscribe off of Twitch, then you could do like a $1 to $5 tier and have that set up. So people could just sub with no reward other than the kindness, the goodness of their heart. They're subscribing to you to continue creating the free content that you already create. I think that you could go ahead and do that immediately. And if you want to up to exclusive content, then that's when you really need to be finding your balance and not over stretching yourself, overexerting yourself. I've never used Fansly, so I can't speak on Famsly Whimsy. Fanhouse versus Kofi or any other fan support platform. Fanhouse is a little frustrating for me. I think I prefer Kofi, to be honest. I like Kofi's format. It gives you a shop, commissions, a place to offer commissions, I should say, a shop to sell products, a blog format, and it's available online where people can see it without having to have the app downloaded on their phone. Fanhouse does have a web-based browser app as well. I feel like Fanhouse could improve over time. It's still a fairly new app, so it has quite a few. The mobile app is a little buggy for me, and I also find that I'm having a very hard time converting people to using a different mobile app. Oh, do I have two whimsies? Oh wow, okay. But yeah, I would recommend experimenting with all of them. I think they all offer something a little bit different. Patreon has live streams, like exclusive live streams. I don't believe Kofi has that. I'm not sure if Patreon has a shop or not. They all have kind of their own pros and cons. And if y'all want me to make a video, Panther, I didn't take my allergy medicine. Oh my God. Hold on one second. I'm going to be sniffly. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to switch to the AFK screen for just a second so I can take these. 1 second, sorry. Where's my AFK screen? Okay, sorry. I'm going to be sniffly tonight. I haven't taken my medicine yet. So, okay, I'm gonna write down, because I've already said 2 videos, that one was OBS and one is paid content apps. OBS and Patreon versus Fanhouse, etc. Fish buddies and allergy buddies, let's go. Actually, my beta sadly has passed on, so he was pretty sickly for about 3 weeks here, so rest in peace, buddy. Hi SG, I didn't get to say hi to you before I went live, sorry. How are you? Hello, I love you. Sponsorships, thank you, you're a real one, Keith. Sponsorships, all right. Okay, did we answer the question fully for Panthera? You could start it immediately if you're doing a $1 to $5 subscription where you're offering no additional content. If you're offering additional content for higher subscription tiers, you want to really take it slow and pace yourself. I would probably say, if I really was going to try to put a thing on it, I don't know if I could really metric it. It's not like when you hit 500 followers, make a Patreon, or when you hit 100 subscribers, make a Patreon. I think that you should listen to your audience, supply and demand. If you start to find that you're stretching yourself thin on certain kinds of content that you don't want to do largely. So for example, I don't, like a stream review, like I do in Offbeats, although I don't monetize this right now. A stream review is where people come into the Discord, we hang out in the voice chat, and we all look at everyone's streams and go over, like, you need to add this to your profile, your microphone's a little awkward here. Like, we review streams, right? Or I'll review streams with some of the people on my mod team will help out. And if I were being a clever capitalist, I would create a tier on my Patreon where it is once a month I do a Patreon only stream review session. So if you find that you have a certain kind of content that you could create in an exclusive way that would be valuable enough for people to want to subscribe. And then we're going to come into a different question of how much is that worth? And how much will people pay? And that will come into a balance of supply and demand. So if you have too many people, like when I do tarot streams and it's like $5 for a tarot reading, and then I have 20 people that immediately donate $5, and that's not sustainable, because it takes me 20 minutes or so to do a tarot reading. So then I know that I have so many people that are willing to pay that price, so I can up the price a little bit, and that comes into a whole other kind of question. And then if I up it to $20 for a tarot reading and I only have like 2 people, and then I don't have anybody on my list to actually anybody that's actually commissioning that from me or buying it from me, I need to lower the price a little bit because my price is too high. You want to find that sweet balance in between of like having too many people that are willing to pay for it and having not enough people that are willing to pay for it. And that's like the nice middle ground of what a good value for the product is. But that's a whole other question, and I'm also not really the best at that. So that's probably something you would want to research separately from what I'm saying. Just kind of giving my experience with monetizing some of my content. Okay, next question, because y'all are loading them up. All right. I hope that answered your question, Panthera. So we have Centurion. Is this another Twitch versus YouTube question? Yes, it is. All right. Twitch versus streaming on YouTube. What's your opinion on streaming on Twitch versus streaming on YouTube? I heard it's easier for small creators to make it on this platform compared to Twitch, and you won't have to stream as much. I kind of disagree. I think that this is a really, really interesting topic right now. I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with Twitch news and stuff. What's his name? Devin Nash just put out a big video on Ludwig is his name, I think, switching from Twitch over to YouTube. And we've got several big creators that are making the jump from Twitch to YouTube. YouTube, in my opinion, right now, Ludwig just made this switch. I think next year is going to look very different. Right now, YouTube still does not have the best discoverability for live streaming. So the only people that are coming into this stream right now are people who are already subscribed to me on YouTube. I don't pick up any new viewership. I can't say that with like hard certainty, but I feel pretty sure that the only people that come in on my YouTube live streams are already subscribed to me. When I go live on Twitch, I typically can pick up at least a couple new people from Twitch who found me through the category or through the recommended thing or something like that. So because Ludwig, who is a huge creator on Twitch, has just switched over to YouTube, and he's also talking about creating some kind of app or something like that, I don't know exactly what it is. Let me see if I can really quickly find it in my DMs. Otto and Ludwig worked to make an extension for subs to be combined with memberships on YouTube, changing the name to Twitch name, same emotes, and more. Ludwig says, I just want to make it as seamless as possible. I don't want to lose chat along the way. So Ludwig is trying to make an extension, I guess a browser extension, that will make YouTube better, the YouTube live streaming situation better. He wants to upgrade how combining memberships and Twitch subs together, it looks like. So there can be a crossover of Twitch onto YouTube. It'll be easier to migrate a Twitch audience over to YouTube. Changing name to Twitch name, same emotes, and more. So it looks like he's trying to make it easier or better to transition from Twitch to YouTube. With this rolling out, or with this is happening right now, or he's working on this right now. I imagine probably in the next 6 to 8 months or so, YouTube is going to be changing up the way that they live stream quite significantly. I would hope that they're going to add discoverability to their list of things that they want to do. Discoverability is the biggest. It sucks because they're so good at discoverability for their recorded video content, like YouTube videos, but their live streams have really shitty discoverability. So if they could change up how their discoverability works for live streaming, so it was a lot easier to find live content here, and they upgrade, I think, a little bit of the chat experience. Although I will say, I've been loving streaming here on YouTube. I feel like I can have a very good back and forth with y'all. There are YouTube memberships, so y'all can subscribe to my channel and get emotes. And I think it's double cool because you can use those emotes in YouTube comments on YouTube videos. I didn't realize that until the other day, and I think that's a lot of fun. So it kind of improves the experience, or it adds a little spice and fun to the experience of using YouTube in general if you were to subscribe to a YouTube streamer. So yes, I would say that I think that currently, right now, the discoverability is much better on Twitch for live streaming. And I've said this before. I think I sound like a broken record whenever we talk about this topic, but Twitch is still better for discoverability. YouTube is better long term. YouTube is better for the long run. I think that everyone who is a Twitch streamer should be investing time into making YouTube content. Discoverability for YouTube Shorts, that's true. YouTube Shorts is nuts right now. So if y'all make short form content like TikToks or Instagram Reels, or you can convert some of your Twitch content into YouTube Shorts, YouTube is heavily investing in the shorts. They're being pumped up in the algorithm. Same thing with Instagram Reels. Short form content is getting really pushed in the algorithm on all of these different websites right now. So if you could make some YouTube shorts, you might be able to pick up some momentum that way. Although I still would try to have long form content as well. YouTube, I think, will always be the dominating platform for long form content. And I would hate to see everything go to 7-second videos, because I honestly really like watching 45-minute YouTube videos, and I don't I don't really like TikTok, I'm not gonna lie. Although I will sit and scroll through YouTube shorts or TikTok videos for an hour, 2 hours. This is why I don't like them. They're a big time suck for me, and I feel like it's not a very good use of my time. Oh my god, Panthera, look at you. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Whimsy Dearest, do you think they were inspired by TikTok to push the shorts? 1000%. I think that TikTok is probably one of the very surprising apps. I wonder if it will last forever, because Vine crashed pretty quickly. I wonder if the attention span will stay for TikTok as long as it did for Vine. But the Instagram Reels and the YouTube Shorts being pushed are exactly to compete with TikTok, to the point where both of these websites, YouTube flat out says, do not upload shorts. Okay, let me backtrack. YouTube is doing something called a YouTube fund, or a YouTube Shorts fund, and they're offering a certain amount of money. I think it's between $100 and $1,000 to people who create shorts on the platform. And you'll have to look into it more on your own dashboard, or even just Google YouTube Shorts fund. I don't have the information off the top of my head for it. But they're offering money for people who are doing shorts. They're trying to invest in that content being made. In the instructions for how to qualify for the YouTube shorts, they specifically say you cannot upload anything with third-party logos on it, which is directly referencing the TikTok logo that appears on all TikTok videos. They don't want you making TikTok content and re-uploading it on YouTube. They want you making organic YouTube content so that people can only find it on YouTube. They don't want people going to TikTok. They want people coming to YouTube for it, or they want you staying on YouTube for YouTube videos and YouTube shorts and all of the other, now YouTube live streams. Same thing with Instagram. I don't think Instagram has ever outright said it, but your content will get squished. Your if you're re-uploading TikToks as Instagram Reels, they get squished in the algorithm, because they have bots that can recognize that little logo, the TikTok logo in the corner. Thank you. Panthera has just posted a link in the chat for the YouTube Shorts fund. YouTube Shorts are brutal though, with the 15-second cap. Oh, I didn't realize there's a 15-second cap. So, okay, let's move on to the next question. Did I answer well enough? Centurion, did I answer well enough? I think that I want to, yeah, let me say one more thing with this. Sorry for sniffles. I'm sorry. I want to say one more thing, that I have grown a large portion of my Twitch audience from YouTube videos. And if you can manage to find your niche and what people enjoy from you and will follow and watch a lot of, and push you into the algorithm for, then you definitely need to make sure that you're still making YouTube content. I don't know. If you don't want to make YouTube content, you don't want to make it. You don't have to. Not everybody has to do every single social media platform. You don't have to do TikTok. You don't have to do Instagram. You don't have to do Twitter. But I would pick at least two. probably around 3, to be honest. I would say a live streaming platform, a video archive platform, and a microblogging platform. I would say, which does kind of include YouTube, but if you could find another way to archive your videos, you could also potentially do this through Twitch and the VOD archiving section, or I think YouTube is good for its discoverability on recorded content though. So I would almost tell you to do a YouTube, Twitch, and then like Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for the third one. If you really wanted to do all 3, be my guest, but I think that's unsustainable. I would pick one of them and hyper focus on it. Okay. Thank you, Christina Marie. I'm actually sorry. I love the makeup questions. If y'all can't tell, I like talking about stuff that's not just Twitch. That's why I'm trying to segue my content a little bit. I'm actually using Glamnetic. I have a code with them. I don't get any kind of affiliate payout from them or anything. I don't think my code lasts but for another couple of weeks, but if you found something you liked, I mean, this one is called Vibe. It's really good for people with hooded eyes. Vibe. You can get 15% off with Shady. If you want to. I don't get a kickback from that or anything, but you'll save 15%. I think they still have a Christmas sale going on right now though, where you get 35% off, unless that was just a Black Friday thing. Okay. What was the question? How do I learn to talk to myself and stay engaged no matter how many views I have? Yeah, I actually do have a whole video on that. How to talk to yourself when no one is there. I hate these sniffles. I'm so mad at myself. I didn't take my medicine on time. 50%. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next question. From Keith. Says, I've been streaming for a few months and grown quickly to 10 viewers by playing high-level Hearthstone. Been streaming less because of a new job. Tips for growth when you feel like you're stagnating. I'm gonna have a bite of brownie really quick. Yeah, the sale for Glamnetic was really good. 35% off. Okay, sorry. Anime Chan, there's a link to the video in chat from Panthera. She just posted it. Okay. Tips for growth when you feel like you're stagnating. I would like, Keith, are you still with us? I'd like to ask you some more questions about what stagnating looks like to you. What does it mean to you? Does it mean, yeah, I got a lot. I have a lot more questions for you. Let's see if we still have Keith present. I've grown quickly to 10 viewers. What does quickly mean? By playing high-level Hearthstone. I've been streaming less because of a new job. Okay, Keith, what does quickly mean? When did you start streaming? How quickly did you grow to 10 viewers? How long have you been stuck at 10 viewers? So those questions will help me give a little bit more information on this. I don't know if it's YouTube on a Chrome browser thing. The stream looks good? Good. I think that I fixed the malware issue, so hopefully... Okay. Hopefully we won't have any stream crashes. I can't stream past midnight anymore. That was another thing. I can't stream past midnight anymore because my ISP is starting to like throttle my internet or something at 12:30. So no more streaming past midnight for me. All right, so Keith says I streamed end of August and was at 10 viewers by end of October. So August to September to October, 2 months. You had 10 viewers in 10 months, 2 months, 10 viewers in 2 months. That sounds really good. That sounds like you have a natural ability to entertain people and to maintain an audience. If you're able to hit, I would honestly say if you could hit between 10 and 15 viewers on average within the first 2 or 3 months of streaming, you definitely have the ability to go much farther than that. So what happens is you go from being a stream to 0 viewers person and you entertain in a certain way for streaming to 0 viewers. I actually have a video that doesn't seem like it would be for this topic, but it is. It's how to cope with 0 viewers. So in that video, how to cope with 0 viewers, I talk about the difference in the way that you have to entertain, very briefly I talk about this, but the difference in the way you have to entertain a different number of audience members. So when you're streaming to 0 people, and that's all. You have 0 to 3 viewers. The main thing that you have to do at this point is to narrate and talk to yourself like no one is there. Talk to yourself, explain your thought process, make jokes, and imagine that you're just recording a video for YouTube later, because you don't have an audience to roll off of. Around 10 to 15 viewers, you start to become a little bit more, you kind of have to mix. You have to mix the two, but you have to become a little more dependent on the chat and nurse the chat a little bit. So it's like, hi, Razzie Rowe, welcome in. How are you doing today? And then I wait for Razzie to reply while I continue talking about how difficult this level of the mines is in Stardew Valley and how much I hate mining. And then Razzie says, they're doing good. Oh, they're doing good, but they're really tired tonight. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's funny because I'm really tired too. I didn't sleep very well. I use what I see in chat to give me something to bounce off of and monologue a little bit more. And at this point, what this is doing is it's giving me content. First of all, it's helping me fill space. And it is making the audience or the people that are engaging in chat feel seen, appreciated, and included and part of the show, which is a huge reason why people prefer to watch live stream content versus recorded content. If someone is tuning into live stream content, they're typically looking for that I'm here in the moment, I'm included, I'm part of the show, I could get pulled up on stage at any moment, like Keith's question is here, right? There's a difference in live stream versus recorded content. And it's partially, I'm doing the thing where I don't talk without breathing. I need to stop. I need to stop doing that. Okay. It is pretty normal to stay under 5 viewers for a long time, but I don't think it should be normal, Panthera. I think that if you stay at under 5 viewers for more than 3 months, if you stay in any one spot for more than 3 months, you have to change what you're doing. Hydrate. Okay, everybody have a sip of water. Valkyrie also stressed this when I was researching her for the video I did on her. She stressed in a video about how to get started streaming that if you're not changing or you're not growing for a long amount of time, then you're doing something wrong, essentially. And you have to address why you aren't growing, why nothing is changing. So if you're dealing with a stagnation at 10 viewers, we're at 0 viewers, we're narrating to ourselves. At 15-ish, I'd say between 10 and 30 viewers or so, 10 to 35 viewers, you're now, sorry, you're now, combining your inner monologue with riffing off of what chat is saying. So you're pulling little bits and pieces out, and every time someone comes in, you're nurturing them, nursing them, and making them want to stay around. Because the more active chat is, it creates something called social proof, where if other people tune in and see a lot of people are talking to you, they feel like you're really cool and popular, so they feel like you're worth following. Humans are very silly creatures. Psychology helps a lot when it comes to trying to grow your shit too. But another thing you should be doing between the 10 to 30 viewer range is creating a relationship with your audience off of Twitch so that you can keep yourself in their mind when you're not streaming. And they can be notified, or they can keep up with when you're doing special event streams or when your next streams are. So this can look like either converting them to following you on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram, one of the micro-blogging platforms I recommended using, or your Discord server. Discord servers are great for an intimate community feeling, but the problem with Discord is there's no outward discoverability. So all you're doing is funneling people in to hang out with you in a private, in a more intimate setting. So Discord is great for creating a stronger bond with your community, but it does nothing for discoverability, which is why I still recommend a microblogging platform. I think a really good combination that is working for me right now except for my monetized feed. I'm not doing good with a monetized feed right now, because I really don't know what to do with it or how to do it. And I actually don't think I enjoy making monetized content. But pushing that to the side, a Twitch for live streaming, YouTube for video archiving, Twitter for microblogging, Discord for intimate community. That's my special formula that's working really well for me. I do kind of dabble on Instagram, but I don't take it very seriously. I have a TikTok, but I don't take it seriously at all. Those two are just, sometimes I upload to them, but I don't. Twitter, I try to maintain several times a week, at least once a day if I can. Although I've been a bit burnt out right now. So I'm not doing very much on social media at all right now, to be honest. But I also think it's important to take breaks. I'm not very good at doing that myself. Anyway, I'm off topic again. So we've talked about the 0 viewers. We're talking about 15 to 30 viewers or so, 10 to 35-ish viewers. And once you hit around 35 to, I'd say, kind of to where I'm kind of I think I'm a little past it. So we're going to say 35 to 50, 35 to 60 viewers. You're at a different point. At this point, your chat should pretty much always be moving, at least a little bit with 30, as long as you have an engaged audience. Some people have 35 to 50 viewers and the chat doesn't talk to them. So if you're building an engaged audience that's 35 to 50 to 60-ish viewers, you will be able to depend on them fully for just talk. Like I could sit and do a just chatting stream and just sit here and talk to my chat. It's like we're sitting between 35 to 50 viewers for this YouTube stream. So I can pretty much say hi to everyone by name. I can pretty much read everything in chat. Chat doesn't ever start to move so fast that I can't see everything that everyone is saying. I do in this particular stream have a specific motive for streaming. So I don't read everything out loud. I focus on my like little monologues that are responses to certain questions. So this is a bit different, but if I was on Twitch and just chatting right now, I would be reading pretty much everything in chat, and saying, Christina Marie says your how to cope with 0 viewers and how to talk to yourself videos helped me so much. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Then Panthera told me to hydrate, and then I'd be like, Keith says it's because you're passionate and want to help. I appreciate you taking my question. I'm glad to take your question. I'm glad you guys feel comfortable asking me questions. And so do you see what I'm like? If I were doing a just chatting stream, I could pull everybody out and reply to everything that everyone is saying. My YouTube live streams are with a different intention. So around 35 to 50 to 60-ish viewers, you should never run out of anything to say, because your chat you should be having a conversation with your chat for a few hours. Okay, then, and this is only where I'm starting to tiptoe into, so I won't be able to speak further than this other than my own analysis and speculation on it, but you're going to hit around the Twitch partner mark, which is the 75 viewers, to around, I would probably say between 75 to like 200 viewers. This is estimating. Again, I don't have experience to speak on here. I bet there's probably little breakdowns of every 50 viewers in this as well for a different way to entertain. But the 75 to 200 viewers to me, because I've been in that area several times. Like right now, I can kind of hit around 70 viewers on my own. When I get raids, I'll sit between 100 and 200 viewers, depending on who's rated me. So right in this area, it typically feels like, yeah, I can look at chat and I can respond to chat, but I really need to be confident enough to go back to my 0 viewer mindset of it's not pretending, but chat might be moving so quickly or so many things are being said that I just have to have full faith in myself to just talk about whatever I feel like talking about. I'm leading this audience. I'm leading them through a conversation rather than letting them kind of control the conversation. As the 50 viewer area, y'all's questions are dictating the flow of this. If we were closer to 200 to 300 viewers here on YouTube and chat was just flying by, I might still pull questions, of course, because it's a Q&A set up for this, but chat would be moving so quickly that I just have to go with my own flow. And trust that everyone's here because they like the content that I'm making. They like my jokes, my voice, my sense of humor, my style, my memes, whatever, gameplay, whatever else. And that's why they're tuning in. So I can't be insecure and like constantly looking at chat and ooh woo, I need validation. I just have to be the confident person on stage. This would look like the difference of 0 to 5 viewers is you hanging out in your room with a couple of friends over and you're watching movies and playing a video game together. The 15 to 30 viewers is you're a teacher in front of a classroom. So you have that type of, yes, I can give every individual student personal attention, and I'm still leading a larger conversation or a larger presentation. And then 50 to 70 viewers or so, I'm now like a college professor in front of a large group of students. Everyone's not going to get personal attention, but I can pull a question or two out here and there, and I really have to know my shit and know what it is that I was going to be talking about for 45 minutes that I've gathered all of these people in front of me to watch me for 45 minutes. And then we get to like the 200 to 200 viewer mark, and we're looking more at like a comedian on a stage in front of an arena of 200 people or so. And then we'll get up to like 1,000 viewers. That's a concert hall, right? And thinking about the different ways that you as an audience member would want to be in like, how would you sit and watch, if you were one person in an audience of 1,000 at a music concert, would it be entertaining to watch that person like have a conversation with every audience member? To a certain point, I think that could be entertaining for certain musicians to just watch them interact with an audience, but you're there to watch them sing their songs. You're there to watch them tell their stand-up routine. You're there to watch them put on their show. You're not there to watch them say hi to all of these individuals in the audience that you don't really know. Every now and again, if they pull someone out for like a little special moment, it's like, wow, that's so cool. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna move on from this question. I hope that explains a little bit. Wait, no, I'm gonna back up. If you're stagnating, then you need to change, right? So if you're sitting at 10 viewers and you're not growing past 10 viewers, you need to stop thinking about yourself as a friend in the room with 5 people playing a video game, and you need to start thinking about yourself as the teacher in front of the classroom. Not to say that you need to be doing educational content or anything, but how would a teacher interact with a classroom of 30 people? So when you hit 10 viewers, how can you level up to be a 30 viewer streamer? Start acting like it. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have, right? So if you're at 0 viewers and you want 10 viewers, then you need to start acting like you have an audience rather than and this is why I teach the talk to yourself when no one is there. A 0 viewer streamer is someone who sits there and doesn't talk, and they don't narrate, and they don't entertain. They're just playing video games, and every now and again they might say a sentence or two, but they're not entertaining. If you're a 0 viewer streamer and you're talking to yourself like no one is there and you're making jokes, you're behaving like a 10 viewer streamer, right? You're already upping your skill level so that when people come in, they're entertained, and that's what builds you to the 10, right? Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look for the next one. Sorry. I was also like seeing what y'all are saying recently. Okay, so we've got Soft Cottage, which is next. What are some good resources, mid-queue activities we can use to keep viewers entertained when waiting in longer queues for matches? Aside from our personality, of course, lol. The first thing that comes to my mind is a game called Stream Raiders. I've never played it on my channel personally, but I have a lot of friends who do Stream Raiders. I would recommend researching it. Oh, also Keith, thank you for the question. That was a nice little monologue you got out of me with that. Stream Raiders is one that a lot of my friends play. It just kind of creates it's a web browser game where your chat can kind of like fight or something. I'm not really sure how it works. I don't play it very much. But it's a way to engage your chat audience with you. And you can put it up on screen so that the battles taking place on screen with like your chat members' usernames and stuff. There's also, oh no, what is it called? Stream Avatars. Is an app that you can get on Steam that will put you've probably seen them, the little Pokemon that move at the bottom of the screen that have the person's usernames, but you can customize the avatars for it. Stream Avatars works based on who's chatting, and you can do battle royales or like little boss battles and stuff, so it kind of creates a bit of engagement. So there's mini games that you can incorporate. Another thing I would probably recommend for this particular question is having okay, I've got a couple of ideas. Are you an artist? When you're waiting for queue, maybe you could switch to a screen where you're like you have a screen capture of Photoshop and you're doodling on it. Or like you can switch to an overhead webcam of you like drawing on a piece of paper or working on a little sculpture or something. Just a little silly art thing to have on the side, or some kind of creative thing where you could just switch over to talking about that. And then the game starts and you're like, okay, back to the game kind of thing. Marbles on stream is another recommendation from Odie. Yeah. Or if you're not doing art, that's fine. That's just an example I thought I would throw out. But you could also have a set list of questions or topics or discussion points that you bring up during the queue. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. What's fun for you? It's hard to answer this question directly, because I think that this is what do we say? Like, what would I do in a waiting queue? Me personally, I might pull a tarot card. I might be like, okay, we're in a 10-minute waiting queue, so I'm going to pull a tarot card for someone in chat. Like this, that matches me and my brand and my content and my interests. So what's something that you could do that would last between 5 to 15 minutes, depending, I don't know what game you're playing, but the Overwatch queues were typically like 5 to 7 minutes. I know that like League of Legends, sometimes the waiting queue can be like 15, 20 minutes. So it depends on how long the queue is, and what is something that you could do. Maybe you could make a little paper origami thing, or tell a story about, you know, have a story ready to go, or you could have a website up that has a bunch of different puns and you just read through silly puns to pass the time. Oh, you're a pink tuber. Okay, you don't do face cam yet. Oh, tarot would still be fun though. So yeah, I would recommend something like a mini game if you're, but really you should be able to carry the conversation for 15 minutes, right? But if you need an object, or you need some kind of like thing to, then what makes sense? Can you do a show and tell? Can I spend 15 minutes talking about this little crystal that I have? Or can I spend 15 minutes telling people about how my day was? But you can only do that one time. What if there's 5 waiting queues in that stream? Lots of questions. Mad Libs, that would be very cute. Little party games. Maybe you could pull some, like, maybe you could get a card game that's like improv talking points or something. Find ways to fuel yourself for those 15 minutes. If you can't depend on yourself or chat. Okay, I'll move on from this one. Okay, next one. Okay, Anime Chan. Oh, I feel like we might have already answered this one. I have a question. Do I talk to myself? Right now, yeah, I think I answered this one. Right now, I only have maybe 3 to 5 viewers and I struggle to keep talking. I stumble over my words. It could also be nerves. It probably is nerves, Anime Chan. It's probably a bit of confidence as well. The longer you do it, the easier it gets. I've said that before in another video, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Right now I only have maybe 3 to 5 viewers and I struggle to keep talking. How long are you streaming for? If you're streaming for 5 hours and you can't talk for 5 hours straight, shorten your streams. Do a 2-hour stream, do a 3-hour stream. I don't like to stream more than 4 hours personally. I really try to keep my streams around 3 hours, because around 3 hours I'm run out of energy. I start to run out of energy. I start to talk a little bit less. I can do 6 to 8 hour streams. They're a little more difficult, and I find that it's a completely different game. It's a completely different thing that you're doing if you're streaming for 8 hours compared to a 3-hour stream. A 3-hour stream is like for these Q&As, like I'm prepped to have a lot of energy for a certain amount of time, and then I know around 3 hours I start to get worn out from presenting so highly, like upping my personality so much. So if I was going to go live for 8 hours, and I knew I was going to go live for 8 hours, I would probably enter the stream with a much more chill energy. I wouldn't immediately be like talking the whole time. I'm going to backtrack for a second, because Pedro Ruiz in chat is saying there's a game on your phone that's called Heads Up. Chat gives you clues to a word, so there's interactive games for your chat. Panthera has suggested doing a digital crossword together. Okay. But yeah, stumbling over your words a lot and being nervous, that tells me that you need to practice. Don't stop. Keep doing it. I would try to do the 3 streams a week, 3 hours at a time, 2 to 3 hours at a time, and take it slow, take it easy. And if you find that you can't talk for that long, then you have to lower your stream length, so that you can be in a good performer mode the whole time. Yeah. If you're not able to perform, then you're not people aren't going to follow. If you're going to be, but at the same time, I already hesitate to blanket statement that, because some people are just really chill people, and there is a viewer base for really chill people who don't really talk a whole lot. They just like to hang out and enjoy the vibes. So it doesn't have to be constantly talk, high energy, be like Markiplier. I feel like that point didn't come across very well in my How to Talk to Yourself When No One Is There video. Because I was so encouraging of Markiplier's style, because I was entertained by Markiplier, and I failed to demonstrate different styles of entertaining that are not just high energy, silly jokes, funny voices, funny faces. That's not everybody wants to watch content like that. And also, depending on how you entertain like that, it's going to generate and cultivate a different kind of audience. Undeniably, Markiplier has a very young audience, because he's kind of lowbrow. He does like really silly facial expressions, animated, loud. It's very entertaining for children, I think all the way up to adults too, because I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm still like giggling like a baby at his shit, right? But he does undoubtedly have a much younger audience, and I think the same can be said for Valkyrae, who is not a silly faces, googly boogly kind of, but she plays Fortnite, which Fortnite does just naturally attract a younger audience. So there are, like, I think that who was it that I used in that video? Dizzy Kitten, I think was her name. She was the blonde girl playing a horror game. I can't remember what horror game it was. And I was saying that she was being a little too quiet, but I actually find that I personally enjoy watching quiet streamers who are soft spoken, and they don't talk as much, and they're just a little bit more thoughtful. I kind of enjoy that as well. So there's an audience for everybody. So if you're going to sit quietly, but there's a difference in being quiet and being boring, right? There's a huge difference in that. A boring person is not reacting, not talking out loud, not selling you anything, not expressing themselves, not showcasing any opinions. And a quiet person or a calm person will still talk out loud and express their opinions and things like that, right? But they don't have to be shouting and jumping up and down for joy because someone just rated them. Like, you don't have to be like that high energy. But I will stress again, think about what works on stage. Like, on stage, we are performing to people. That is the job of a content creator, is performing. So yes, you can be quiet on stage, but you have to fill that substance in another way, right? Okay. Yeah, we've talked at depth about Twitch and YouTube. We went over it a ton in my the September Q&A. I think we talked about it a lot in the October Q&A, and we talked about Twitch versus YouTube about maybe 30 minutes ago in this stream. Twitch versus YouTube, I think, is going to be a hot topic for quite a while. Probably for another couple of years. I think for the next 2 years or so. One of them is going to have to outwit the other one, or one of them is going to have to overshadow the other one. And if Twitch continues to make its like really dumb mess ups that it keeps doing, and not taking care of its content creators, and just selling out for money, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. YouTube will dominate them over time, because YouTube is adapting, YouTube is changing, YouTube is evolving. Twitch is not. So anyway, we talked at depth about that. Let's move on to our next one from Violet Hummingbird, I believe. Do you think a 2-hour stream is too short? No, I don't. But it depends on what your intention is, what your goal is. Do you think a 2-hour stream is too short? Do you have any advice for someone who, if they can only stream 2 hours at a time to get the most engagement? Thanks for answering all of these. I'm gonna have some water. Okay. So what is your intention with your 2-hour stream? I think that you're not going to have as much discoverability during a 2-hour stream. I find that I start to pick up new organic viewers around the 3-hour mark. So if you can stream 3 to 5 hours, you're going to pick up more new people than if you only stream 2 hours. 2 hours is like kind of just barely enough for all of your audience to respond to the notification that you've gone live. So I would come into this stream with a clear plan of what it is that you want to be doing. And I also think someone who can only stream for 2 hours at a time really needs to focus on quality of the stream itself, and creating content off platform, because you're going to have to be marketing yourself to build an audience elsewhere. Because you're not going to be picking up as much discoverability on Twitch, because you're not going to be sitting in those categories. You think of it as like fishing. So can you go fishing for 30 minutes? Sure. How many fish are you going to catch? Maybe 1, maybe 2, depending on how the fish are biting that day. Now, if you go fishing and you fish for 8 hours, how many fish are you going to bring home? Right. And of course, this all depends. And this is just like literally fish, like Twitch streaming is like fishing. It really, I don't know. Cause I don't fish. Okay. I don't know anything about fishing other than a generic understanding of it. I cannot, no. Pulling the hook out of their faces. How? No. Okay. But when you go fishing, sometimes the fish are biting, sometimes the fish aren't. Sometimes there are, sometimes it's too cold and no fish have come out. Sometimes there's a really loud group of people over here that are scaring all the fish away. So the idea that goes behind fishing of sometimes there are fish, sometimes there aren't. Sometimes the environment has caused the fish to not be available. Sometimes the environment has caused like 1 million fish to be available. Sometimes there are external circumstances that would prevent the fish from getting to you or being available, like a loud group of people or fireworks going off or something like that. There's external circumstances. Sort of like one time I had a really special stream plan, and then I think, was it iced tea? Somebody went live that night. Some big ass celebrity went live that night, and they throttled the Twitch, what do you call it? Bit rate? No. Whatever it is, whatever it is. So my stream was really, really, really low quality and was lagging really bad, and a lot of other small streamers were, because Twitch was putting all their resources into that stream to support that stream, right? Good morning, Chris in the Philippines, 10 a.m. You're gonna start streaming in the new year. Yay, let's go. So bandwidth, thank you, Whimsy Dearest and Mr. Talwith. Yes, bandwidth. The bandwidth was being pushed to one person, right? So this is an external circumstance that I had no control over that prevented my ability to put on a good show. So I did not get as many viewers that night, or as many, and all of the fish, looking at viewers as fish, were going to go and gravitate towards Mr. T, Iced Tea. I can't remember which one. I'm sorry. I can't remember. It was like three or 4 years ago. They went to that stream instead, understandably. I wanted to watch it too. Like, it'd be like, it was like when Snoop Dogg went live. Like, of course, that's a once in a, like, how often are they doing that? Like once, twice, 3 times in their whole life? We got to see it. It's great. So you can't control when stuff like that happens. You can't control, like, I'm in a tight-knit group of tarot streamers. So if I were going to be streaming tarot on a certain day, but one of the people in my friends group, we're all tarot streamers, we all kind of share the same audience. One of them is having a birthday stream at the same day that I'm doing a regular tarot stream. It's likely that all the viewership is going to go over here, and I can't really control that. That's where the fish are going to gravitate that day, right? I'm pretty sure they've expanded their bandwidth since then, Whimsy Dearest. Yeah, I don't think they were prepared for it. So anyway, why am I talking about fishing? Oh, because if you're only fishing for 2 hours, if your hook is in the water for 2 hours, you're naturally going to catch less fish. So you want to make sure that you have really good bait. Clickbait. You have really good bait, and you have a bucket ready to go to catch the fish in. You have all of the right equipment. You have the fishing boat. You have the fishing rod. You have all of the equipment that you need. Is this metaphor stupid? I'm sorry. Iced Tea, Mr. T, T-Pain. I think it was Iced Tea. I'm pretty sure it was Iced Tea. I'm not sure though. Okay, catfish and clickbait. Got it. Odie, you learned the lesson perfectly. I've done a very good job teaching. You pulled the right information out. What if you window captured Ice Cube? You cannot restream other content creators. That's against Twitch TOS. Yes, Kaitsukotsu, I am taking questions from chat. Oh my god, if Henry Cavill was the celebrity doing the streaming, if The Witcher went live on Twitch, we'd all be screwed. Brendan, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Oh, I just want to stress a little bit more with this, Violet, that you should be taking your content from your Twitch stream and putting it on other platforms to show people this is your bait. You're putting this little fishing bait on other platforms to try to hook and pull them in because you're only doing short form streams. So you need to be marketing and networking in such a way that you're pulling in people from. Also, another thing that you won't catch as much if you're not live for long periods of time is raids from other streamers. So if you're only live for 2 hours, that's only a 2-hour window for someone to end their stream and decide to raid you. If you're live for 8 hours, you're likely to catch a lot more raids, right? I still would encourage to stick with shorter streams. Between 2 to 4 hours is kind of what I ballpark for as a streamer who's just trying to get their feet under them, just getting started, and is trying not to burn themselves out. Once you start to get 300, 400 subscribers, I don't mean YouTube subscribers, I mean paying Twitch subscribers, or you're hovering around the 100 viewer mark, then you might think about lengthening your live stream time. And this is also reflected in the data that I did on a video. What was the video that I did? How many days a week should you stream, or something like that, I think was the video. And I deep dived analytics from Twitch Tracker to show like the top 10 streamers on Twitch, or the top 100 streamers on Twitch by viewership, were streaming longer hours than the middle tier of those, because they make more money doing that. Okay. Okay, who else do we have? We've got Hololex. Ooh, this is gonna be a good question. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on how much personal information you give to your audience? I don't mean anything crazy, but perhaps choosing whether or not to use your name for a username or showing your face. Oh, so you even been like surface level. I think it's up to you. Sorry, that's a dumb answer. What are you comfortable with? I know that some people don't like to associate like for example, I'm very open. I'm kind of an open book. I don't really, I'll talk about my acid trips. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of an open book. Sorry. But I don't mind my face being associated with my words, and I don't worry about how that will affect my real life situation, because my parents and my family, I'm open with them. My friends, I'm open with them. Same with like my spiritual practice with tarot and stuff. I have a lot of friends who are in the broom closet, as it's called. They don't like to be out with their spiritual practice. I know that there's a lot of people who are coming into their queerness, and they don't necessarily, they're out on the internet, but they're not out to their real life families or friends or work, and that's not stuff that they feel comfortable having discovered. So yeah, also game. I think that that's a big question for you to sit and meditate on with yourself. I tried to imagine what it would feel like if my coworker were watching my live stream. What would it feel like if my dad was watching my live stream, or my old high school friend, or whoever it is that you're worried about seeing you. If you are protecting your real, I've never used my real name on the internet, and I would recommend you very much protect your real name and your city and state that you live in. I mean, maybe if you live in something like Chicago or Atlanta or LA or something, since it's such a huge city, but I wouldn't give people that information. I tell people that I live near a big city. So I'll give like basically a 50-mile radius of like the general area of North Carolina that I live in. But I don't, especially everybody, but especially femme presenting people, women, please protect your city and state. Please protect your real name. Please protect the name of the place that you work at, especially if it is not a chain. So yeah, that's a different topic though. That's protecting against stalkers and danger and internet stranger danger kind of thing. You never know who's watching you. You never know how long they've been watching you. And trust me when I say I'm a clever girl. I can triangulate and put pieces together. So I know a very intense. I'm not trying to fearmonger or make you afraid, but a really intense stalker. If I were to mention like, yeah, I live 30 minutes from this town, and then like a week later I say I live 15 minutes from this mountain, and then a week later, like they could probably figure out what little city I'm in. And if I mentioned the name of the coffee shop I used to work at, there's only one coffee shop with that name. And it's a city with a population of 10,000. They could find me, and I would never know that they knew who I was. They would recognize me because I put my face on the internet, right? They could be sitting in the coffee shop watching me, and they've been someone who's been watching me on Twitch for 2 years, and they have nefarious purposes, and I have no idea because I've never seen them. I have no idea. I don't think that's quite what you're asking, but that's a topic I'm very passionate about. So, now for your real, like using your name, use your name for a username or showing your face. Some people on YouTube are just like Christina Marie Vlogs. Like it's their full name. Like some people use their full name as their brand. So if you're confident, comfortable, and you feel safe doing that, I don't. It's not that I feel unsafe with giving my name away, but if for some reason I like having that barrier of my real name not being associated with Hey Shady Lady. I like the separation of me as a human and me as a performer. I like that separation. Mia Bite is here. Hi Mia, how are you? Now let's see. Using your face. I am very biased in this. I think that a face creator is going to be at a huge advantage over non-face streamers. I still think that, yes, VTubers are on the rise, but I think that at the end of the day, it's psychologically provable that humans prefer to see other humans. So I think that face creators, face streamers will always have the advantage, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible to be successful without showing your face. I'm seeing a second part of your question. I'm worried not using my name will make the audience feel like there's a barrier. I don't necessarily have much to hide, but I want to give myself enough time to get comfortable on Twitch. I would start with getting comfortable then. Keep your boundaries strong. Respect yourself. Listen to your gut. Listen to your feelings. So if it makes you feel more comfortable to be a VTuber or a PingTuber or not cam streamer or use a pseudonym or something like Hololex instead of your real name, like Hey Shady Lady instead of my real name. If it makes you feel more comfortable and confident and capable of creating, then start there. And you could always rebrand later. Your audience will come along with you. You're a masked gamer and you don't show your whole face? Like you wear a mask on stream? I think that's kind of fun. Not a lot of people do stuff like that. Okay. Trying to think of new ways to diversify and streamline your content. What you getting up to, Mia? Trying to think of new ways to diversify and streamline my content. What are you struggling with diversifying? I still have yet to see you fully transition to YouTube. You did really good for a bit when you were doing like the donut unboxings and stuff like that. I felt like I really got to know you on a personal level through your content like that. Chris, have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. Okay. Let me continue on. I'm looking for one, sorry. Do you think you might maybe make a video on how to take our Twitch content and convert that into YouTube content? Isn't that kind of what Mia's talking about right now? Hololex, thank you for the question. Okay, Soft Cottage Witch has Shady. Do you think you might maybe make a video on how to take your Twitch content and convert that into YouTube content? Asking as someone who just realized this is an option, or maybe a YouTube tutorial. Do you mean taking my Twitch streams and making them YouTube content, or do you mean just making YouTube content standalone? Okay. Yes, I could make a video on this if y'all need it. I was actually about to take the stream that I did with Brennan on Sunday. I did a tarot stream with my friend Brennan to, oh, he's still here. Hi, Brennan. I think people, oh, let me just to add on to the VTuber question, or the VTuber discussion from a second ago. I've got an ugly slur through name, I swear to God. That's the wrong Brennan chat. Where is it? Oh, maybe I'm not gonna be able to find it. Haha. Joke's on me. I'm a professional. Yeah, I don't think I can find it. Well, it says, I can't put it on screen anyway. I think people are able to attach to visuals better than audio, which is why VTubers are also really successful. Visuals. Yeah, so I think that if you can do a VTuber instead of being a no camera, no avatar, VTuber is better than no avatar. And it's debatable whether a camera is better than a VTuber. That's very debatable because look at stuff like HoloLive. So that gets very interesting. But so it's either one of those could work, either a VTuber or your webcam, but I would recommend at least one. Hi, Rogue Nerd. How are you? Okay, let me back up to this question from, do you think you might maybe make a video on how to take our Twitch content? Yeah, so I did a tarot stream with Brennan on Sunday with the intention of helping him fundraise for new equipment. And it was a lot of fun. I was kind of in cosplay. I had my little elf ears on and stuff. And I was thinking about pulling that video and editing out all of the narrative from it. So not the tarot readings or the in most people's case the gameplay, the Overwatch matches, the Hearthstone matches, but maybe in a Hearthstone match I said a really funny snippet to Brennan that continued the narrative of the entire 2-hour, 3-hour stream. So I want to pull the very first part of it where I'm introducing the kind of engagement between me and him and kind of tell a story, like a 5-minute to 10-minute long video that's just the best parts of the stream that are clipped out to illustrate the story of what happened during that live stream. So this is particularly, I'm speaking of a collab, but I could do the same with like even tonight's stream. I started out tonight's stream with a little bit of a vlog moment, just talking about my burnout that I'm kind of feeling right now, and my computer having to reinstall Windows and all of this kind of stuff. And there's going to be an overarching narrative through today's stream of kind of the main, I could easily pull out all of the big chunks, the answering this question, answering that question, but usually by the end of these Q&As I find that we've been gravitating around one particular topic the whole time. So like the last stream, for example, was a big discussion of Twitch versus YouTube. Tonight I haven't quite caught the common thread yet, but we're only about an hour and 20 minutes in. So this happens to me on tarot streams as well. By the third or fourth tarot reading, I find myself gravitating around one talking point. And the point is that I can come in and pull clips out. It does take time, okay? It's not going to be a fast process. There's not really a quick way to edit a Twitch stream. You have to go through however long you streamed. You have to, there's multiple ways you could do this though. You can either sit down and go through your 4-hour live stream, which means you're at least spending 4 hours, but that's being so optimistic to the point of unrealistic. If I were going to be editing a 4-hour live stream, it's probably going to take me 3 days. And I would say 6 to 8 hours a day. So probably 10 to 20 hours to edit a 4-hour live stream into a 10-minute video easily. That's very unsustainable unless you are streaming 3 times a week and you make one YouTube video a week, and those other 3 days, those other 4 days are specifically designed to edit a YouTube video out of that VOD content. Then I think it would be sustainable. But if you're managing all of these other different things, you have a Patreon and you have Discord events and you have all of this other stuff to do, it might not be. Video editors, is that affordable for you? Probably not as a small content creator. So let's see. Another thing you could do, which is the clever idea, is set up something on your bot so that you can press a hotkey and it automatically creates a, what are they called? Like a bookmark, on your stream, a timestamp. That's the word. It creates a timestamp, and there's a couple of, I don't know them off the top of my head. Maybe someone in chat knows. The marker tool, is that what it's called? There's a marker tool that you can toggle to a hotkey or your stream deck or some button on your keyboard or something that you press that, it creates a marker so you know this time I need to come in and pull out the clip. Or you could highly encourage, you could either do it yourself with the hotkey and marking the spots that you know if you're a control freak like me and you know exactly what you want to be pulling from the stream, or you can incentivize and encourage your chat to clip your streams for you. And you can incentivize, I've seen this done a number of ways. One that I can think of right off the top of my head is a superficial thing. They get a VIP status. The most watched clip of my stream this month gets VIP status for the next month. Or they get a special role in your Discord server. Or they get some other kind of perk like that. Some other kind of, something will not cost you any money. You could put money into it if you want to. That is the most watched clip gets a $20 gift card at the end of the stream, or at the end of the month, or something like that. Do you like the nails, Rogue? I'm a little uncertain about them. I kind of wish the ombre was reversed, so it was dark and then it faded to light, but I kind of like them. I don't know. Okay, pen and paper with 8-hour streams. If that's another one. If you're not super duper tech savvy, then yes, you could very easily, like right now I see my time is 1 hour, 26 minutes, 20 seconds. And I could say, oh, I know I said something funny there. 1 hour, 26 minutes, 20 seconds. And I could write that on my little piece of paper and just have a little, if you're more of a pen and paper kind of person, my only concern with that is that it is distracting your attention away from just performing. So if you could just press a button on your keyboard and it automatically does that for you, it's way easier to just, print screen or whatever, like tilde or whatever your little button would be. It's way easier to do that. I'm going to jump ahead it because I do want to talk to this question here. Yes. Already can answer you this on this. Spirit and Light and Dark. Do you think it's worth to try Twitch if you're not a gamer? I have a lot of interests, anime, martial arts, alternative fashion, but I'm mainly a spiritual worker. There's a growing spiritual community on Twitch. There's a tarot category. There's a fortune telling hashtag, although you could go and just chatting under fortune telling. I think there's a mindfulness tag that's really good. I think that this will stand you out a lot more than just being another generic Fortnite streamer personally. But you will need to be able to relate to a gaming audience in general, or at least understand the culture of Twitch. There's not a specific topic, Rogue. It's just kind of whatever y'all bring up. Yeah. So, Spirit in the Light and the Dark. I think anime, martial arts, alternative fashion, and spiritual work is such an interesting combination. You have a very solid brand ready to go. You know who you are, and this is a lot more than some smaller streamers can say when their bio is like, hey, I'm a college student. And I love to play video games in my spare time. Let's hang out. Like that's a very on Twitch. That's a very generic bio, but you're already coming in with like I can imagine anime, martial arts, alternative fashion. You know what I mean? Like I'm imagining this really cool like alternative like gothic looking person like karate chopping and then talking about their favorite episode of Dragon Ball Z, and also encouraging you to align your chakra and all of this, right? It's such an interesting dynamic. And then I imagine that this would also reflect in your opinions on mainstream topics, pop culture topics. You would have a very interesting opinion that is not commonly seen on Twitch. So you're already standing out with this type of niche. Frankly, it's a niche. You don't have to, what is it? Your niche doesn't have to be forced. It's just, what are your interests? If you had to pick 3 things to define you, 3 interests to define you, what would they be? Gaming can certainly be one of those. Gaming, absolutely, but can you fine tune that gaming one down a little bit? So for me, it's not just gaming, it's cute, wholesome sandbox games, right? Cute, wholesome sandbox games, and then spirituality, tarot, spirituality, astrology, esoterica, that's a second area, and then makeup. Alternative fashion for me as well. Alternative makeup, fashion, dress up. Those 3 things. We've got a uwu, wholesome sandbox gaming streamer who can read tarot cards and teach you how to put on false eyelashes. That's a niche, right? That's a specific type of person. That's not just a gamer at that point. So we're trying to hyper fine tune down, and you have your niche defined already. So you're ahead of the curve here. Okay. Let me see. Trying to decide if I want to, oh, I should pull up on stream. Sorry. Trying to decide. From Brandon G. Trying to decide if I want to stream full-time for more growth or bigger results. I currently only stream twice a week for 2 hours, but I barely upload content. Do you think uploading content will help? Yes. I think that should be your first step, Brandon. Instead of adding more well, your choice. I think that it would be worth experimenting with both and finding which one pays off the most or feels like it's worth your time the most. Although I will say uploading content onto YouTube is not going to be an overnight success. You need to be set up for the long haul. Expect a year of grinding. Unless you just luck out with a viral video in the algorithm. And it's not grinding, but just like, to me, if you're a streamer, I would say to have YouTube as a passive background. You create, it's interesting though, because am I a streamer or am I a YouTuber? I'm kind of doing both. So you could balance both the way that I do. I don't convert my Twitch content into YouTube content. I create organic YouTube content and I create organic Twitch content. If you were wanting to be a Twitch streamer that was filtering their content onto YouTube, you have to make sure that you transform it enough that it's going to be entertaining to a YouTube audience. YouTubers do not want to watch Twitch streams, or YouTube audiences. They're not going to click on your 4-hour Twitch VOD that you uploaded to YouTube. They're not going to do it. Unless you're doing a full playthrough of a game. But I still think that you're not going to get a lot from that unless you're hella consistent and you're constantly uploading new, like part 3 of my playthrough of Walking Dead or whatever. Hi Lumpy. Everything about social media is a grind. Yes. Everything is a grind. It sucks, but it's true. It's a hard truth. It's a hard reality. Unless you're the 0.01% that just bloop and you go viral and you pop to the top. Bop, 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 bop to the top. Straight up High School Musical moment. Unless you go viral and pop up to the top right away, you need to be settling into this as a lifestyle. Streaming is not something that happens overnight. Or success as a streamer does not happen overnight. I've been streaming since 2016. I do see a lot of content creators who have the right formula. They're just a great entertainer. They have a beautiful setup with a DSLR and all of this, and they come in and within a year they're already at the same level of growth that it's taken me 6 years to get to. It's easy to get hard on yourself and feel bad about yourself when that kind of thing happens. For me, it's definitely true. But I do think that I've been going through a certain transformation while I've been streaming, and I think streaming has facilitated a lot of the transformation for me. So, sorry, I derailed my train of thought. Let me pull back to the question. If I want to stream full time, I only stream twice. Oh wow, I'm so off topic. I'm sorry. For growth, bigger results. I currently only stream twice a week for 2 hours, but I barely upload content. What kind of content would you be uploading, Brandon? Would you be making organic YouTube content, or would you be converting your Twitch content into YouTube content? If you're converting, then you're going to have to figure out, do you have enough time for editing? How can you work in that editing time? Oh wow, there's 2 alert boxes that go off. And if you're making organic content, then you need to figure out when you're recording that organic content and scripting, if you want to script, or at least outlining, blueprinting. You're more over Twitch into TikTok content. Oh, okay. Twitch into TikTok. Okay. I actually think that's easier. I think it's a lot easier. There's several websites you can use to convert your Twitch clips into TikTok videos. I talked about one in the past called CrossClip, but it's by Streamlabs, so use at your own discretion. There's another site called Combo, I believe, is the alternative, which is I believe it's free. Don't quote me, I haven't looked at the website yet. But Combo will convert them for you, or you could edit them yourself in Adobe Premiere or another video editing app. Yeah, if you could set up, so Brandon, here there's two options for you here. You're currently streaming 2 days a week. You could either stream 3 days a week, or you could stream 2 days a week, and that third day can be your TikTok editing day. And then you could, on this day, you could edit, take your clips and edit up, what, let's say 14 different TikTok clips, so you have 2 TikTok videos to go up every single day, and you could go ahead and schedule and queue and prep and get those ready to go. That third day, instead of streaming, you could just fully cultivate to TikTok. TikTok is huge for growth right now, so if y'all can use TikTok, if you like it, if it's organic for you, if it works, if it feels good, then I would recommend getting into TikTok. If I had more time, then I probably would. Hi Moonrise, how are you? Not sponsored, but Streamladder is super convenient website for converting stream into TikTok. So we got, thank you Luga. So we got Streamladder, what's it called? Crossclip and Combo are 3 websites that we know. So it'd be worth checking all 3 of those out, comparing and contrasting the features and the price and seeing which one fits for you. Okay, let's move on to a new one. Nightmare Princess. I'm wondering how important overlays, transitions, they're not. I'm wondering how important overlays, transitions, etc. are in the beginning. I've seen YouTube videos say you shouldn't go live until you look professional. They're not. They're superficial. They are they certainly make you look more professional. They make people take you more seriously. They make people think you've got your shit together. Like, I know if I go to someone's Twitter and I see they have a www.theirbrand.com, I see they have a website, I'm like, oh damn, they're like legit. It's superficial. It is a psychological thing. I come into someone's stream, they've got cohesive graphics. I think to myself, they have their shit together. They know what they're doing. They're professional. Therefore, I'm going to follow, or therefore I take them more seriously as the viewer. That being said, if you have the substance, you don't need all of the fluff and frill. Think about the original Twitch streamers and how a lot of them didn't have all of these bells and whistles overlays and alert boxes and all of the emotes, and all of this stuff has been fluff that's been added over time. Start. Don't let it be a procrastination tool for you. I can't go live until I have a full overlay package and my Twitch panels done and my avatar. I need custom art drawn for me, and I need to have custom transitions and a custom alert box. If you're using that as an excuse to not go live, go live. Just start. Start where you can, and then every week have one thing that you cross off your list. This week I'm going to get my just chatting scene, my just chatting overlay done. Next week I'm going to get my alert boxes finalized. Next week I'm going to make sure my Twitch panels are updated, and prioritize them by what feels good to you. Yeah, if it's a procrastination tool, knock that off your, get it, stop it, quit it. A lot of this kind of stuff can be a procrastination tool. I can't go live until I have a DSLR with a cam link. I won't be a good streamer without it. I can't go live until I have a Nintendo Switch and a capture card and the overlay. It's a procrastination tool. You can literally go live with your cell phone and just stream, like, straight up, like, hey, what's up everyone, welcome to my Twitch stream. Like, straight up, you can do that. My streams have been crashing because my my memory on my computer has not been doing good, and what I've been doing is when that happens, I just pull my phone up and set up in front of me. I don't have all my overlays, I don't have my alert boxes, but I still have me, my personality, and the content that I was providing. No, it doesn't work for gameplay, but for me doing tarot readings or just chatting stream or something like a cooking stream or something, you should be able to do off of your cell phone as well. Cooking stream to a certain degree. Sometimes cooking streams are very technologically advanced. Not the cam link. Yeah, but Brennan, you broke your cam link and you still went live even though you didn't have your camera. You still continued to make content. You did not use it as a procrastination tool or a tool to prevent you from going live, or a reason, an excuse. That's the word I'm looking for. If it's an excuse not to go live, stop making up excuses to not do it anymore. I spent years wanting to be a YouTuber. I think I started wanting to be a YouTuber around 2011 or 2012. And I didn't actually start making YouTube videos until around 2014, 2015. And those are, don't look at them. I hope those are fully scrubbed from the internet. But I started making them then, and then I stopped after a year. And then well, maybe it was earlier than that. Maybe it was around 2013. Doesn't matter. I made some on a channel that didn't work, but I did it. Didn't work. Trashed the channel. A couple of years later, I came back to Twitch. Started with YouTube with like witchy style, spiritual style content, and then I came into Twitch doing gaming, and then I had a viral Twitch tutorial pop off on my YouTube channel, and it took over my content, and I felt boxed in ever since then. And I would have felt boxed in whether it was a Twitch tutorial or a tarot tutorial or a makeup tutorial. If I get boxed into any corner, I don't like it, which is why I try to diversify my content style, not just what platforms I'm using, but also the type of content that I create. I don't want to be a Twitch guru. I don't want to be a makeup guru or beauty guru, whatever they're called. I don't want to be a spiritual guru. Like, I want to be, hey, Shady Lady. I want people to like me, no matter what content I'm making. Hi, Slade. How are you doing? So that's also, again, up for y'all to determine on your own. Some people would probably be totally satisfied just being a Twitch tutorial person or the go-to Hearthstone person. If you want to be that boxed in, that niched in, by all means, go for it. I don't. I'm a Sagittarius moon. I don't like being controlled. Okay. Who we got next? Looks like, oh no. I think this jumped down. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, Kaitsukotsu is up next. Mixing up your content. Ooh, look at this. It's kind of what I was just talking about. Is mixing up your content on Twitch a bad idea like it is on YouTube? I have heard you really should rarely stray from your content category on YouTube, but is that the same on Twitch? Okay, this is a conversation of algorithms. You're not asking too many questions, Violet. Thank you for the questions. Okay. I'm gonna have a bite of chocolate, okay? How's everybody doing? Everybody show me your favorite emoji while I eat chocolate. Your favorite emote. Let's go. I like my cool bird, but it can be any. It could also be, like, YouTube has this one. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what that is. A little person with a heart hat? I don't know. Oh my god, Mia, you're 1000% right with that. Mia says, and Mia's a Twitch partner in chat. Mia says the best advice I can give for Twitch, don't aim to be a partner. 100% agree. 100% agree. Oh my god, YouTube has a dabbing emote? That's incredible. Okay. Hi, Mamela. Hi, that creative girl. How are you? Welcome back. All right. Is mixing up your content a bad idea? This is a question. Am I ready to talk about this? Not ready, like it's awful to talk about, but like this is something that I have wishy-washied back and forth on the entire time I've wanted to be a content creator. You have to answer first what your motivation and intention is. Are you just trying to create, or are you trying to create to grow? Specifically to grow your brand. If you're specifically trying to grow your brand, then this is where we get into the niche down algorithm conversation. Play to the algorithm, upload at certain times of the day, stick with the niche, target the niche, market and network to that niche. For a creative person, that is very stifling. That is what happened to me with the Twitch tutorial thing that I've been doing forever. Well, at least I guess I'd say 6 months, because I started like uploading a Twitch tutorial video once a week in June of this year, and I'm here now and I'm like, oh my god, like I like making the content, of course I do, or else I never would have started doing it, but I want to do more than that. On YouTube, I have stuck with a niche because my audience grew exponentially faster on YouTube than it did on Twitch. On Twitch, I really don't think I'm niche down at all. well, I'm niched, but I'm not, I do whatever I want to. I'll do a plan with me stream, and then the next day I do a makeup stream, and then the next day I'm playing Stardew Valley, and then the next day I'm playing a new indie game no one's ever heard about. I jump from topic to topic to topic. I'll just hang out and just chat like it. I'm all over the place, but I'm tethered on YouTube, and I want to be all over the place on YouTube. So I don't think it stays the same on Twitch, but yeah, I do think it does. I think that it's a gamble to not niche down. It's a risk, and it's not a guarantee. And in some ways you could prevent yourself from growing quickly or growing more quickly if you are jumping all over the place. If you are playing the same game every single day on Twitch, like every day I play Stardew Valley, you become a Stardew Valley streamer, and you can depend, the audience knows that you're playing Stardew Valley, they like Stardew Valley, they're going to come in. But if the next day I'm doing makeup and half of my Stardew Valley audience doesn't like makeup, or they don't wear it or something like that, they're not going to necessarily tune in. Although I do think that your audience getting to see you in new environments, new lights, new styles, lets them get to know you better and makes them feel more deeply connected to you, especially if they have that thing in common with you. Rogue, did you really find me from YouTube? Aw. Okay. Oh, the dabby mode is coughing into your elbow? Oh, I thought it was a dabby mode. That's funny. Okay. So I think that if you are finding yourself creatively stifled because you feel like you always have to do the same thing, I have to play Overwatch. My audience only wants to see me play Overwatch. You need to just suck it up, take the loss of the 5-10% average viewership that you're going to lose from stepping away from that consistent content, and do what makes you happy. Remember, at the end of the day, you're making your own job. You're creating your own career. Make sure you like what you're doing. Make sure you like what you're creating. Make sure you like the structure and the box that you're putting yourself in. You're your own boss. So if you're, oh, I've got to do Twitch every day, or Twitch tutorials every day, or else I'm not going to get the viewership. And then a year later, like, is that really where I want to go? Like 5 years from now, do I want to be like the Twitch tutorial guru? Like, do I want to be on stage somewhere? Like how to get started on Twitch? Like, in some ways that could be cool, but at the other, is that really like who I am? Are you really just a Hearthstone player? Are you really just a traditional artist? Are you, what all do you want to be known for? What all do you want to be doing? And I think this is why it's important for us to have some grasp on a 5-year plan. I'm not very good at future thinking. I'm a very in the moment impulsive person, and I don't do very well with long-term plans. But having a vision, at least, of what you want to look like in 5 years, not physically, but where you want to be in 5 years. How do you want to grow? What do you want this to do for you? And how can you break that down year by year? Why would you make a second channel for Twitch VODs, Mia? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on that. I guess I could see an archive of your VODs being worth it, but I also, if you're just like auto uploading it and you're not thinking about it, but I feel like YouTube growth is better if you're making organic YouTube content. I'm not saying to sit down and write a 5-year business plan, Rogue, but I think that you could probably answer, like, how old, I'm trying to think if you're public with this information. I think you are. I'm sorry if you're not. How old are your kids? How old are they going to be in 5 years? How old are you going to be? Do you want to live in a different house? Do you want a different car? Do you want to, how do you want to have leveled up? 5 years from now is going to be 2020. Oh God, 2026, almost 2027. Ew. We're 2026, 2027. Okay. What was 5 years ago? 2015. 2016, right? 2016, 2017. What was, oh God, it's been 5 years since 2016. What did you look like in 2016? What were you doing in 2016? I had just gotten started streaming, and here I am 5 years later. Now, can I imagine what it would be like in 5 years from now? Or would this level of growth or change that I've had in these last 5 years be good enough if I'm make this same kind of like growth in the next 5 years? Do I want it to be more? Do I want it to be less? Streaming to me feels like it's changed a lot. Twitch only had a creative category and all of the different gaming channels. They did not have a chatting category. And when they rolled out the IRL just chatting categories, it was a scandal. Oh, it was a scandal. Yeah, streaming has changed a bit, quite a bit. Mia from 5 years ago could not fathom the stuff that she's doing now. 5 years since 2016. It hurts me too. 2016 was when I went through my traumatic breakup, and I was really starting to fall into alcoholism. I had just started streaming. I was going to conventions. I think that I'm a much more chill person, and I'm addressing my health now. So where do I want to be 5 years from now? I'd like to think that I was not living in my parents' spare bedroom anymore. So that's a start, right? I know that 5 years from now, I want my own house. So how do I get there? What does that look like? What does the house look like? Where is the house going to be? Not a mansion. We're not like at least even like 2 years from now, I would like to be in my own place. So like, if you can start to kind of like narrow it down, do you need a new car? Do you want to quit your job and be a streamer full time 5 years from now? Do you want that to be the reality? Why is this relevant to this question? I'm sorry, I'm not doing very good at staying on topic tonight. Now you get to work with your favorite childhood companies. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Let's see. This is a good question, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'm going to address it for a second. From Geekish Senpai. Oh wait, maybe I'm not. Do you know how... Why is it not popping up? Alright, hold up. Okay, for some reason I'm not getting the question to be able to click and pull it onto the screen. Is Doogsley here with a monkey? Geekish Senpai's question says, do you know how much and what kind of data YouTube analytics need until they can show what time and day is best to post? The time is your audience is most active. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know that you can Google, I know you could Google what is the best day of week to post on YouTube. And they typically will say around 10 to 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So try Googling that and looking it up on your own. I know that I didn't get that information on my YouTube analytic dashboard until after I was a YouTube partner, or whatever it's called when you get monetization on YouTube. So I think that you have to have the 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers, that I think you have to be over that landmark before you get that data. Okay. Sorry, I'm not great with like the super technical questions. I haven't been giving it my all. So here's Rogue's question. I haven't been giving it my all. Today I got hit with financial hardship. Short version. What do you think is the best way to go into content creation head on to make money? Okay. I can give an example of how I switched my tarot streaming to be a more monetized situation. So I was creating a type of content, tarot readings. This won't work for gaming, so you'll have to think a little more differently. How can you incentivize subscribers is the question you have to ask yourself. How can you incentivize subscribers? How can you incentivize people to subscribe? How can you incentivize people to donate? There's a lot of different ways that people do this. I guess before I talk about my tarot one, I'll talk like on a more generic level. There's a lot of ways that people do this, and have since I first started on Twitch. Every $5 donation gets X prize, gets whether it's a sticker on the face or whatever. A certain donation amounts equal a jump scare, like a scream alert goes off, or they equal put my hair up in a pose. You know, it's like charity incentives. Like, how can you incentivize your audience to be donating to you? Also, another thing to do is add a bar to your screen that says what you need the money for, and not necessarily a fundraiser, but like you could do something like October bills or December rent or whatever it is, and just let people know that that's a certain amount of money that you need to hit in order to be able to continue creating content for free, kind of thing. If your audience doesn't know about it, they can't help with it. And psychologically, seeing a bar on screen, people are going to want to help fill that bar, especially the closer it gets to full. They're going to probably want to try to top it off. So I'm trying to speak in a more generic term. Rogue, I know you're interested in going to witchy content or magical content, spiritual content. But I want to talk on a more generic level because I know not everyone makes content like that. You could also, I mean, if you're an artist, maybe you could incentivize like some kind of giveaway with your art or something like that. This is where the Patreon, Kofi, Fanhouse would come in, and you would need to be creating exclusive content on these, or Fansleys or whatever. You need to be creating exclusive content on those, and how can you incentivize people off into these more monetized feeds? What kind of content can you create that's worth paying money for? And then tarot specifically, I do tarot readings and I want to get clients one day. Start by offering free readings and publicize your free readings. Show people what they get when they pay for a private session with you. This is how I have gotten one-on-one readings, one-on-one tarot readings. You could do this with advice. You could do this with stream reviews. You could do this with commissions. If you're an artist who's trying to get commissions, stream yourself making art. Show people what your art looks like and include links to get that one-on-one paid interaction with you. So for tarot, I was doing a giveaway system, and I still do a giveaway system, but I prioritize paid readings. So when I'm live on Twitch, people can enter a giveaway to get, and I'll draw their name out of a hat, so to speak, and they get a free tarot reading from me. If they gift 3 subs, then they guarantee themselves a reading. If they pay $10, they guarantee themselves a reading. So I have, I mean, that literally, I was not getting, I would make some subs and stuff, but I hardly ever got donations on tarot streams unless someone was just really grateful for the reading. I did have quite a few people who were just very kind and generous and grateful for the readings, and would tip me a little bit after the readings. But I don't even know how to put a number on it, but I mean easily like 5, 6, 7 times my monetization. Not to say that's a lot of money. If y'all want me to put specific numbers on it, which might make it easier, let's say on a typical tarot stream before I was monetizing myself in this way, I would maybe get like a $5 to $30 tip by the end of the night. $5 to $30 from either one person or a couple of people. Maybe about depending 5 to 10 subs, depending. Sometimes none at all. Now that I'm doing the giveaway basis, but you can pay to skip the line, and the line is quite long. I'll have 10 to 15 people trying to get a free reading from me. I would say on average, my subscriber count on my tarot streams, or my sub, it'll be anywhere between 10 and 50 subs on a tarot stream. And monetization wise, it'll be anywhere between, I don't know, I'd say $50 to $200, depending. So that's easily 4 times the amount that I mentioned before. So it's quadrupled. Now that being said, you have to have an audience that wants that product, right? You have to have someone who wants that from you. So if you are a Fortnite streamer and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, here's a tarot reading, someone pay me for this, your audience doesn't want that from you. What is something, I don't know how you can monetize a Fortnite stream like that. So this is also a question of what is actually a product, what is actually a service that you could monetize during the streams, which is why I say stuff like an on-the-moment commission, or a tarot reading, or a stream review, or an XYZ review. Maybe you review maybe you give makeup tips, maybe you I don't know, there's whatever you could review and provide your personal feedback on. Okay. I think, yeah, maybe go ahead. We could stop questions, Panthera, here, because we're at 2 hours. Does that help at all, Rogue? You need to make free content first. You need to show people what you can do, what you're good at, how you do it, and you need to put out a lot of free content. Make a lot of free content. Show people what they get, and market it, network it, market it, get it out there, pull people in, demonstrate what you're doing, i.e. me live streaming the tarot reading process. Make sure that as I'm live streaming the tarot readings, I will say several times, because I don't like to offer one-on-ones personally, but I will say, oh, by the way, if you like the readings that I'm doing and you want to have a one-on-one session with me, if you want a one-on-one tarot reading, I offer 30-minute one-on-one video calls through Discord, and the information is in my bio. It's down in my Twitch panels, or you can click this link in chat that my mod just posted, right? Like, you make sure that you're marketing and advertising the service and where they can find it while you're demonstrating the service for free live. Right? So we're, again, back to the fishing. We're putting our hook in there. We're catching little fish, reeling them in and being like, here's your 1-card tarot reading. And it's light. We're scratching the surface. It's barely going in depth. But if you want me to go more deep with you on this, then you can book me for a private session. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. I don't know how you can convert that to, hopefully y'all can convert the tarot example to your personal, whatever services you might be offering. Okay, what do we have next? From Alienation. I've been trying to stream and get affiliate. I'm pretty close, but I found it's difficult for me to gain more followers and an audience. Any tips? Kind of a hard question, to be honest. When people ask questions like this, how do I get more followers? How do I grow my audience? It's not something I can answer with one sentence. What type of content are you making? How are you networking yourself? How are you marketing yourself? Do you have friends in the streaming sphere? Do you have people that you're rating and you're hanging out in their chats and you're swapping audiences? You're just getting started. You're at ground zero. You have 0 audience, 0 viewers. You're starting from scratch. You need to start making friends. You need to start having comrades, people that you can bounce off of when you have good days and bad days. I've convinced you to start a fishing channel. Oh no. Okay, wait, I'm gonna have a bite of brownie again. I know, we're at 2 hours already. I'm gonna have a baked potato after stream. Not that anyone asked. I've been thinking about it the whole stream. Y'all, I dreamed about this baked potato. I'm not even kidding. I got a twice baked potato from the grocery store. So it's like a pre-made, like they made it in the deli and they sold it, but it's like twice baked. So it's baked once and then they mashed up and put all these ingredients in it. And then I'm going to bake it. I'm going to have a twice baked potato. I literally dreamed about this potato. Okay. I guess I really want a potato. I don't know. Okay. Break time over. I've been trying to stream and get affiliate. I'm pretty close. Okay. So you're struggling with the follower mark, which means also there's a lot of questions here. This isn't something that I could answer like on a large scale. If I couldn't get all the specifics from you, I would tell you that you need to make sure that you're, it's the same stuff that I keep saying. Sorry. Make sure that you're streaming consistently. Consistent schedule, consistent vibes, 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 4 hours at a time, probably in the same category. Since we're just getting started, we're trying to push ourselves into a niche, push ourselves, become an authority on some subject or some video game. If you dreamed a potato, it's a vision. True. Sorry, I don't mean to make y'all hungry. Stream consistently for a long period of time. How long have you been streaming? Have you been streaming 3 months? Have you been streaming 3 days? Like, if you've been streaming for a long period of time and you still haven't gotten 50 followers, then we really need to address probably marketing. Are you using Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok? Are you, are you advertising? Do you have Discord servers that you can post your going live link in? Do you have any place that you can put out there to like-minded individuals, whether it's through Discord servers you're part of, like the Stardew Valley Discord, for example? that you can put out there and try to pick up a couple of viewers here or there? Do you have other streamer friends who have similar view counts to you that you can hang out in their channel when they're live and they can hang out in yours? Y'all can host and raid each other and try to swap audiences a little bit. If you've been streaming for a few months and you haven't hit 50 followers, how often do you stream? That's what Alienation is saying in chat. A few months so far, and we're struggling to gain more followers. I'm guessing the follower count. What is holding you back from hitting affiliate? Is it your average viewership, or are you still not at 50 followers? 50 followers in a couple of months should definitely be happening, right? If you're not hitting affiliate by the end of the second month, really, like, tough love, I'm sorry, but if you haven't hit affiliate by the end of month 2 of consistently streaming, that's the other important thing. If you are streaming 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 4 hours at a time for 2 months, and you have not hit affiliate, something else is wrong, right? And I would say my knee-jerk reaction is that you are not entertaining, which is something that you can certainly train and teach yourself to be. Some people are naturally gifted at entertaining, and other people learn how to do it. So if we're consistent with our schedule for 2 months and we still are not affiliate, then we have to learn how to entertain better, or we have to change. Do you have an avatar on screen? Do you use a microphone? Are you talking? Are you engaging your audience? And then after the stream is over, are you pulling clips and uploading it to your Twitter or your TikTok? You also do art, so you're a creative streamer. So your art should be a really big draw. That should be something I would recommend an Instagram or a Twitter, probably for those, or even TikTok if you do a time lapse. My partner SG, oh no, is SG, are you still here? He does art on TikTok, and he will do time lapses of his art pieces, and that has grown him quite an audience over there. Which then is now the question of transferring that TikTok audience to Twitch. So, SG, could you post your TikTok link in chat? Yeah, so also using your art, while you're streaming, art is actually kind of a difficult category to grow in because it's very saturated. And if you're at 0 to 3 viewers, you're way down the list and it's very hard to get seen. So at this point, you are really going to have to focus in on marketing yourself. Marketing, I keep using that term. Let me define it, at least what it means to me. This is telling people what you're doing and where to find you. This is me posting a tweet saying, hey, I'm going live on YouTube right now. This is me posting on my Instagram stories, hey, we're going live doing a Q&A, come hang out and ask questions. That is marketing. That is, or making flyers and posting them. Think about, you are doing a garage sale at home, like you're having a sale out of your driveway or your garage, and you're sitting there and you're twiddling your thumbs and no one's come by to buy anything. Why? Because you didn't put any signs up around town to tell people where to come. They don't know that you're doing it, so you're just sitting in your driveway like a silly person, wondering why no one is coming to buy anything from you. Put signs up a week ahead of time. Say, this Saturday, garage sale at this time, right? This is why having I'm really bad at keeping to a schedule. So I give this advice lightly. I know this doesn't work for everyone, but if you can say every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm live at 7 p.m., you're great. That's golden. Wonderful job. That's the best. Honestly, that's the best case scenario. I'm not very good at that. And when I do say a time, I'm usually late, like tonight. Gulp. So you think Snapchat too? Is Snapchat still alive? Wow. Welcome back, Mia. Does Snapchat have discoverability? I don't know anything about Snapchat. I didn't even use Snapchat as a messaging service when it was like bigger. Okay, I'm gonna move on to a new question. I think a big thing for you, Alienation, is probably networking and marketing, making friends with people, other streamers that can host and raid and share audiences, and then also showcasing, advertising yourself. This is pre-stream, so this is the garage sale flyers, and then garage sale highlights of like, this was the best thing that happened during the garage sale, and post that on your Twitter later. It looks really good if you're like, hey everyone, we're doing a charity stream tomorrow night, And then, right, so the pre-stream marketing, the going live tweet, the in the moment reminder, this is happening right now. And then the next day, or right after the charity stream, the next day, a clip of you when you hit the goal, or doing something funny like getting pied in the face and being like, the charity stream was such a success. You all helped me raise $4,000 in X amount of time. And this, and I got pied in the face for that. And look how fun this was. Showing everyone. And at that point, you're creating a FOMO, a fear of missing out, because people are like, oh man, I missed the charity stream. That looks like so much fun. I shouldn't miss her next charity stream, or whatever it is, right? Is SG not gonna post his TikTok link? That's so rude. It's SG Hall Art on TikTok. That's all. Vantart, welcome in. Sorry, Vantan Art, welcome in. Okay, what do we got next? Another from Rogue. You tried to? Oh, did it get like blocked or something? Okay, well, I'll just type it. My bad. TikTok.com/ yeah, FOMO is huge, Rogue. If you can make people feel like they missed out, oh my god, how much fun was that? This is why you're supposed to, I think that's the right way to type these links. This is why you want to oh, Panthera did it. Wow, I'm dumb. This is why you want to post clips to TikTok or Twitch in the first place. Sorry, Twitter or TikTok or Instagram in the first place, is you're showing people what your stream looks like. You're showing people how much fun it is to be there during a live broadcast. So people see this and they're like, wow, oh, she seems like such a fun person. What a funny joke. Haha, LOL. Like, so down to earth. Her wig fell off. Haha. Like, whatever the moment is that you're sharing with your audience, or sharing with a potential audience, people that you've grown on another platform. And the idea through Twitter and Instagram, not Instagram as much, but sort of with searchability and tags and stuff. But Twitter, the hope is people will retweet or comment on your posts, which will show you up on other people's feeds, and they can discover you and find you. Oh, Geekish Senpai, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Okay, our next one is from Rogue. Okay. I suffer hard from depression. Any advice on staying on and accountable? I wish I were cool enough for a manager team, but it's all me. Look, I feel you. It'd be so nice if I could have someone just like call me. They were my alarm clock and they were like, bitch, you said you were going to be live 2 hours ago. Sorry. Where are you? Get up. You're late. You're late for this appointment. Don't worry. I've already returned that email for you. Like, it would be so nice to have that, but we got to do that for ourselves. We have to be our own bosses. We have to, I feel like this is difficult. And I want to say before I get into this, that I also suffer from depression. I have chronic depression, chronic anxiety. I have bipolar disorder. So I am very much a neurodivergent, mentally ill human. So when I go into this monologue, please understand that I am not trying to tell you that if you have depression or anything like that, to get over it. You know your own limits. Self-care is always the most important thing. Taking breaks, stepping away from social media, taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, your health, that is most important. Now, I'm going to step past that part and I'm going to talk about the discipline part of this that I want to talk about. Because this has been the biggest thing for me, has been discipline. It is very easy. I almost did it tonight. It is be like, I don't need to stream tonight. Nobody really cares. Nobody's going to miss me. And I'm kind of depressed right now. I'm going through like a seasonal depression and a burnout. It feels like I'm getting a little worn down, which is my own doing because I've been stretching myself out too thin. Right. I have to take myself seriously. I have to respect myself. I have to respect, hey, Shady Lady. I have to respect my audience. It's very easy to call out of streaming because you're only responsible to yourself. I need you to start imagining that whenever you call out of your Twitch streams, that it's like calling up your full-time job and calling out of work that day. How often can you get away with calling out from your full-time job? maybe like once a month, maybe twice a month, depending on how sick you are or what the sickness is or what it's related to. You might be able to get away for like 1 or 2 times calling out of work. Not if you're working service industry. Oh, hell no. But if you're working like an office job, when I worked an office job, I could call out once or twice a month and it was okay. When I'm working service industry, oh, no way. Could not call out, period. And if I called out, you could get like an emergency situation or like 1 or 2 emergency situations. But if I made a habit out of it, if I called out once a month, I'd probably get fired by the 3rd month, right? It's making you want to be productive. Mia, I think the most productive thing that you could, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is sleep and rest and take care of yourself. So make sure that you're doing that. Write your little list down, write your little blueprint, brainstorm ideas. But Rogue, for me, I had to stop calling out. And I've been streaming, I've said it so many times tonight, I'm sorry if I sound really annoying. I've been streaming for 5 or 6 years. I think it's 6, it'll be 6 years this February. Is that right? Yes. Is it? Yes. 6 years this February. I've burnt out so many times, and burnouts to me look like I disappear for several months at a time. I think my longest burnout was 9 months, 8 or 9 months. And I lost a lot of growth significantly from that. My viewer count went back down to 10 average viewers when I came back after I'd built it up to like 60 average viewers. I had basically start over. So what I'm doing right now, and I actually do think I need to take a break. I think I need to take a break right now because, but that's sometimes needs to happen. Streaming is really difficult because we basically have to work. I quit my full-time job to work 24/7. We basically have to work all the time. And I wrote a sentence in my journal the other day that said something like, I can't tell the difference between work and fun anymore. And that sounds like it should be a good thing, but it isn't. It's fun for me to do all of this stuff. It's fun for me to edit videos. It's fun for me to play video games, but it's blended together so much with work now that I don't know that I have fun anymore. It's my fun is work. My work is fun. And so now I don't have like the chill out, relax, shut the mind off moment. I don't have the veg out thing. I try to make space for that, but it's still, I feel guilty for doing stuff like that. So like I shouldn't be watching 2 hours of a movie. If I'm going to be watching a movie, I might as well screen share it in Discord. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything becomes content, and that's really dangerous and really unhealthy as content creators. But this is such a double-sided conversation here. There's a lot. Like you have to find, it's a balance. It's a constant dance. I still haven't found the balance. I don't know if the balance is something that you really ever do find. I think that it just changes every single day for the rest of your life. I think that you're like maintaining the balance is the goal throughout life, all of everything that we're doing in life. So you get too close to your content, you can't tell if it's any good. I agree. Ultimate Game Boy. It's one of the biggest myths. Oh, streamers just switch on a game and play it for a living. It's so easy. It's so much work. It really is so much work. And it's a lot to have the lights on and talk to the camera and be on and like, oh, it's not the same as just sitting here playing a video game and vegging out. It's really not the same. I don't know. How do you pull yourself out of a depression when you haven't taken a shower in 2 weeks? Do you know what I mean? How do you grab yourself and drag yourself to that shower? It's the same thing with streaming. How do you drag yourself back to stream? How do you got to, at some point, you have to drag yourself out of it. It doesn't just, you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I'm not depressed anymore. I'm going to go clean and pay all my bills on time. Like it doesn't just stop. It's like a slow, it's a ebb and flow. And at a certain point it starts to ebb away enough that you can drag yourself out of it. I feel like every day I have to cosplay being not depressed. I have to cosplay being in control, on top of it, professional. If I pretend I'm professional, then I can be professional. If I pretend I'm confident, then I can be confident. Like I put on a show. I fake it. I'm faking. Okay, I'm a fake. I fake it. And I hate to say the fake it till you make it thing, but it's what is working for me. Some days I can't fake it, and that's okay. I think that you need to have grace for yourself and be kind to yourself and understand when you're at your limit. But if you are making an excuse every single day, I can't go live today because this, I think it's okay for me, I can give myself a week or two. When I take more than a week off of streaming, it's become a problem. When I take more than 2 weeks off of streaming, there's really a big problem. And I better at least be putting up YouTube videos. So how much time can you, but at the same time, if I built in a schedule, a vacation, if I built in a vacation, I built in like a 2 weeks off, then I wouldn't feel guilty for taking that 2 weeks off. But when I just cancel a stream and then I cancel a second and a third and a fourth, and then it's turned into 2 weeks, that's the guilt. That's where the guilt comes from. Getting out of the house did help me a lot when I was walking. It's cold right now, so I can't get out of the house as much anymore. You didn't even want to comb your hair today. Today, telling on myself. Today was my first shower in over a week. When I get depressed, self-care is the first thing that goes for me. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped taking care of my space. So today I had the live stream. I had an anchor, and I have a lot of anchors. I can wallow down into my depression for a couple of days, and I have enough anchors that I get pulled back up. I have no choice. I've got to go live for this Q&A, which means I have to take a shower. I have to do my hair. I have to do my makeup. I have to look nice. I have to be presentable for this. It's an anchor, but it let me kind of like dip. So maybe if this is also a question of scheduling yourself properly, so you give yourself enough days to have the dip downs so that you're not always on. You're saying any advice on staying on? I don't think you should stay on 24/7 all the time. So a big thing here would be building in breaks, building in time off, building in moments where you can be off, not your best, wallowing, depressed, sad, grungy, unmotivated, bitter, and there's no comforting you. I think I was talking to Dukesley last night in voice chat or the night before, and I was just like, I don't feel good. I'm not happy right now. I don't feel good or something like that. And Dukesley was like, well, go take a bath. And then I was like, I can't take a bath because I'd have to clean the bathtub and I don't want to take a bath. And she's like, well, go eat this go make yourself a nice meal. And I'm like, I can't cook. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. And like the fourth or fifth thing that she had recommended to me, it's like, it was this sudden realization, like, I don't want to, I just want to feel, I feel bad. And I'm just saying I feel bad and I want to feel bad. There's no fixing it. There's no solution to this. And sometimes you just need to feel bad. Sometimes you just need to wallow and you need to complain and life sucks. I feel like shit. Everything's awful. I don't want to do anything. Like sometimes you need that. You need to just live in that for a moment, enough to get sick of it and not want to live in it anymore. Okay. Hi Gina Marie, welcome in and thank you so much. And Geekish Senpai, yes, the Q&As will still be happening in 2022. I kind of like doing these once a month. And I'm kind of hoping that as my content evolves, the Q&As might evolve away from just Twitch related. I actually want to get a new weight loss. It's not weight loss. I haven't lost any weight. I want to get a new health journey video updated in the next 2 weeks because a lot has happened since the one that I posted. So, all right. I think I'm going to move on from this question. I don't think there's really a way I can answer it because it's not, I don't know if there's a way for me to answer all of these, but maybe just talking through them will give y'all things to think about with them and maybe help you move through them a little bit. I don't have the answers for everything. I don't have the answers for a lot of things, but I can at least talk about them. Okay. Hi, Anita. Aw. All right. We've got one from Victoria, which says, any tips having realistic expectations when starting Twitch in a tiny niche? In my case, it's mashup, music, discourse, interviews, and live production. I know there's an audience, but it's untapped outside of DJs. That is a very niche audience. I might try to add in 1 or 2 pieces of content, maybe 2 or 3 times a month or once a month or something. You play a video game or you do something that is a little bit more discoverable on Twitch. I know the music section, like interviews and podcasts and stuff too. Although I don't know, like there's the Harry Horror Show. He does conspiracy, occult, true crime content on Twitch, and he is pushing 200 average viewers, and I've only known of him for about a year, and he started out at 0, and in about a year to year and a half, he's pushing 200 viewers in only the talk show category. He doesn't play games on his channel. He just does his true crime conspiracy podcast. Okay. A treadmill under your desk for weight loss? One of those little like moving feet thing. I'd rather get away from my desk if I'm being honest. But adding gaming would be cool. I'm not sure exactly what I'll end up doing. There's a channel called Booty Mashup, which is mostly DJing, but a little just chatting, and it gets 100-ish average viewers. Maybe you could try being in the just chatting category. I might start in the DJ or music category. I'm not sure if it's a DJ category, but there's definitely a music category, maybe with a DJ tag. Interviews of mashup producers. There's the talk shows and podcast categories. Realistic expectations is this is really going to be a slow grind. Building up a podcast audience takes sometimes years, and you have to put it out consistently every single week and continue to do it. I know that from the podcast I started with my sister, for example, we were lucky if we hit 100 viewers on a video, and we did like 7 episodes, and then she burnt out. Rest in peace, little sister. So you can't do the Shady Sisters podcast without the other sister. But that was unsustainable because we were hyper producing the episodes, like doing really deep research and trying to do it once a week. So that there was a whole like assessment that needs to go onto that. Hi Graves, how are you doing today? You have a lot of mashup producer followers. Yeah, I would definitely focus very hard on networking with other people in this niche. I would focus really hard on making friends in that and finding support through those other people. And I think by the nature of what you're doing, interviewing, you're pulling people on, which will naturally pull their audiences in as well. But I still would settle in for a long haul with it, and I would pace yourself. Realistic expectations, give yourself a solid year. And if like really put your all into it for a year, and if after a year you look back and it doesn't seem to be growing, maybe change your process or move on to something different. But podcasts and talk show style things are very long haul, and you're establishing, especially when you're rotating a guest, you have to establish yourself from episode to episode to episode as a consistent anchor of whatever type of host you are. And so you not only have to get an audience used to you, but you have to get them used to your type of person that you would be pulling on. It was Ultimate Game Boy. Once a week, a true crime podcast where we were deeply researching a case and presenting, like, it was basically like a term paper once a week. It was not sustainable at all. Okay, what do we got? Any advice about boundaries you wish you had? Boundaries that you wish you had at the beginning. Any advice about boundaries that you wish you had at the beginning? To keep making sure your energy motivation stays your own, coming from a people pleaser. I am also a people pleaser. I'm a Pisces rising. I have no boundaries. I don't know how to say no to people. And I have had to ban 3 mods from my channel for this reason, because I let toxic people in. I ignore the red flags. I see them, but I ignore them and I make excuses for them. And I have a very hard time removing them even when it's become obvious that they need to go. Boundaries I wish I had at the beginning. I wish I had kept a little bit more of my private life private. I was very open with, but at the same time, I like being open. But I did, when I first got started, I was a little too open with my personal life. And then a couple of months later, I went through but how could I have known? I was in a 4-year relationship, and a couple of months later, I went through like a really traumatic breakup with that. And I never could have known that was going to happen. You would think at 4 years, I was just like trusting it was a steady relationship. You never know when shit's going to hit the fan. So obviously, like, a 4-year relationship was not something I wanted to keep private or a secret. But I guess maybe I wish that I had focused a little bit more on the content in the beginning rather than just my personality, my life, and started smaller. And I think right now I tiptoe in with like sharing personal tidbits. Although I still am like all in. Like, I tell y'all about my doctor's visits. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how to answer it, to be honest, because I think boundaries are incredibly, I think maybe it's so difficult to answer though, because I want to say like, I don't make myself as available for DMs, but when you're first getting started streaming, creating that relationship with the viewers, creating a strong relationship with the viewers in the beginning is so important, to get you like that little core group of people that's going to support you as you build larger and larger and larger. And if I had closed myself off to personal relationships or personal friendships with people in the beginning, no DMs or something like that, then I feel like it would have taken me much longer to grow, because I wouldn't have built like an intimate connection with my audience. I don't know if I know how to answer this question. Probably because I don't have boundaries and I don't know how to enforce them. If I was giving this advice to a streamer, I would tell you to get comfortable with saying no. I would tell you to set yourself business hours. I only respond to DMs and comments between the hours of this and that. So if it's 8 to 5 or if it's noon to midnight, whatever it is, give yourself hours that you're not available, you're not accessible, and you're not responsible or obligated to be on beck and call for everyone all the time. No one may perceive me off stream. I know, Graves, you're very good at boundaries though, Graves. You're very good at it. I'm not. I constantly deal with being walked all over, being used, and this isn't just in streaming, this is my whole life. Agreeing to things that I really wish that I had said no to, and then I feel bitter and resentful about having agreed to them at all. And then it's not that individual's fault, but I'm kind of holding it against them the whole time, and it builds a really awful relationship, right? Making sure your energy and motivation stays your own. Probably also, so I'm talking about building in business hours and saying no to people. I think you might also need to build in a specific time, like once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, once a week, where you kind of meditate. You have a moment to yourself where you really just kind of reflect. Maybe have yourself like a set questions of like, what do I want to be creating? I'd have to sit, maybe this is something I could sit and brainstorm on with a couple of my nice intuitive creator friends like Dukesley and Panthera. This could be an interesting worksheet, a monthly check-in that you can answer every single month that would help you know if you were off your compass, like you were not pointed true north anymore, you were getting pulled away and led astray by other people. That could be an interesting kind of worksheet to have your hands on, even if you want to sit down and write your own questions. But I think something like that, having a tether for yourself, once a month, a check-in, a once a month checkup. Does my time feel like my own? Do I feel like I'm having fun in my spare time, right? I've never heard you talk about your relationships, which is good. Oh, yeah, see. That workshop would be a godsend. Okay, I'm going to sit with, I'm just signing up Dukesley and Panthera to this. I'm sorry. If they want to. I'm going to post the link for the Offbeats Discord. Did it work? Why can't I not type in chat? Oh, there it goes. I will post it there. So I'll work on it over the next little bit. And if y'all would like to follow up okay, I'm gonna really quick be a capitalist. We were talking earlier in the stream about how to monetize yourself. This type of worksheet, not that I will. I don't like to do paid content. This is why I'm always gonna be a broke bitch, I bet. But this type of worksheet would be the thing where you come to my website and you sign up for my mailing list, and I email you the worksheet, or you sign up to my Patreon and once a month I have an updated questionnaire once a month that lets you tap in and see if you're on point. Like this is how you would monetize this right here, because there's a couple of y'all that have shown me interest in chat. Hi Shirayuki. There's a couple of y'all that have shown me interest in chat for a worksheet that would let you check in once a month to see how you're feeling about your content, and if you're on if your boundaries are being crossed, or if you're being led astray from your original path. This would be something to put behind a paywall. I likely will not do that because I'm a dumbass. No, because I like to help people. So this is a question to answer for yourself. What do you want to monetize? What don't you want to monetize? I can do these free Q&A sessions where I can provide this information and then leave the more exclusive, valuable stuff in a paywall so that people that really want them could support me or pay me for that type of content, right? Just to backtrack that with y'all talking about how to monetize yourself. That's an example right there in my own content of something that could be monetized and would be a clever to monetize because there's a demand for it from multiple people in the audience. It lines up with the type of content I'm already creating. I'm going to have to go out of my way to make this content. It's not something I can just do. I need to go research. I need to think critically about it. I need to prepare the sheet, make a .png file or a .pdf or whatever of it, and create the download for it. Like there's a whole process that's going into it. So when you get to a point where you're making some kind of exclusive or extra content that is an extra workload, this is something you might consider monetizing. Oh, hi Jinxie. I have learned that people are nosy and they don't really care about your life. They just want something to talk about. Oh my god, that creative girl. That's true. That's tea. Yeah, I talked about my first relationship. My original partner back in early 2016, actually, he was a mod in my channel and came on my stream several times. So it was a big public ordeal when the breakup happened, because not only was I getting dumped and like, what's wrong with me, but I was also dealing with my audience being like, where did he go, where, like, because they don't know that I got dumped. And so for weeks, and I think up to months, like there were still random stragglers of stream that would come in and be like, what happened to, where is so and so, like what happened to him? And then I'd have to go through, and I was already like bitter and dealing with the breakup, and I was emotionally not a mature person. I was rejected. Okay, I don't deal well with rejection. My bitter little baby side comes out. But when I got involved in my next relationship, I actually kept it to myself for a very, very long time, because I didn't want to deal with other people commenting on it. I learned that from the first relationship, that the first relationship I was in when I was a public character, right? I didn't want people commenting on it. It was already like fragile. It was new. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what it was. And I didn't want to bring it. So I think it was like over a year before I like publicized that I was in another relationship. And even now I keep it fairly low key, although I think that he is a regular fixture around me. I still think that if there was some kind of breakup or something that happened, I would still have to deal with people mentioning him for a couple of months, because we're so intertwined at this point. So that's the risk of being in a relationship. That's the risk. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I'm awkward. I'm moving on. What's the next question? Any advice? Control F. Any advice for okay, let's see here. This is an interesting question though, and I accidentally found it. I don't think that Panthera pulled this. Any advice? Hi Chris. Any advice for my sisters? We all might start streaming, and my eldest sister just became an affiliate. 3 sisters becoming streamers? Oh, y'all should do stuff together. Y'all should do stuff together. Okay. My little sister, and I wish my brother was more of a public person, but he is not, because my brother's very funny. And it would be fun to do gaming content with him, but he's very private. My little sister comes on my stream with me sometimes. We did the podcast together. Y'all, it's so interesting. Like, think about like twins. I think they're the Atomic Twins. Is that their name? They're just a hilarious duo that does very, very silly, very weird TikTok content. But the sisters, so Shady Sisters podcast, no one will ever be able to replicate what y'all have. It's not replicable. So 3 sisters, what can y'all do together, and how can y'all kind of market yourself around that? Unless it sounds like y'all are like some siblings don't want anything to do with each other. They want to be totally separate. Me and my sister were like that for a long time, but we've grown up now. But y'all could support each other. This is also the great thing. You're at an advantage because you already have 2 built-in viewers, right? Or at least your sister should be willing to open your stream and leave a lurk so that you get that viewership even if they're not talking to you. You have 2 built-in mods, so y'all can help each other from the very beginning. 3 of y'all on also means less talking for one person to do. A YouTube video about dual streaming. I can do that. Dual streaming / collabs. I love doing collabs. It reminds me of the woman on Selling Sunsets when her husband divorced her and put it on TMZ for everyone to see. No. The Botez sisters are also a popular family duo. They do chess together and bonded with each other deeply over the channel. It's been sweet to watch. That's kind of what's happened with me and my sister Stevie. Is we've had a very rocky relationship our whole life, and doing the true crime podcast kind of created something for us to bond over that we hadn't really had before. We also, again, like I said, we're grown up now. We're adults. We're not annoying teenagers that hate each other anymore. So oh my god, Alpin Glow Up, you dated a mod and it didn't end well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not fun to deal with. It's not fun to deal with because you already are having to process it on an emotional level, an inside level, the breakup or something like that. And the same could be said for pets. I mean, I'm talking about relationship breakups and having to address that. But like my cat, Squim, when he died last summer, it became a public ordeal. I didn't mean for it to. I didn't know he was going to die. I thought he was just sick. And so I started tweeting about him he had a little upset tummy, and then it escalated so quickly, and people were invested. So I could have stopped talking about it, truly. But Squim was such a fixture. It's like Toasty now. Like Toasty's a fixture in my stream, and I love sharing her. I love sharing, and I love that y'all love Toasty, and same with Squim. So would I do it all over again? Yeah. I would never keep Squim. Squim was too sweet to keep to myself. So yeah. Okay, let's go on to the witchy community, I believe was the next question. Getting into the witchy community, I believe it will be my target demographic. So I call it the witchy community. I know that not everyone who is in that type of category likes the word witch. I really like it. I use the word witchy. Another word for this is the spiritual community, the magical community, the tarot community. I think those are probably the main words I would see used for it. Is it impolite to ask what videos you have planned? I don't have any videos planned right now, Jack, actually. I don't know. I think I want to post, I think I still want to upload my Inuyasha video that I want to cross post for my personal channel. And I want to upload an update on my health journey, like what all's been going on with the cardiologist and stuff. So I have those 2 personal videos planned for December. And y'all have given me a couple of ideas today. So we've got OBS, an OBS walkthrough, Patreon versus Fanhouse versus Kofi versus Fansly, etc. So which monetized app should you use? A video about my experience with sponsorships, which is probably what I'll do this month because that's hot in my brain. So I'll probably cover the sponsorships video. Not how to get sponsorships, just my experience with sponsorships. I don't know how to get sponsorships besides to tell you to grow your channel and become valuable looking to a company. The company has to think you're worth money. And you're worth money by having an influence on people who have money that will pay that company. And then you'll ask me about dual streaming and collabs. So those are kind of like the ideas that I have written down from this stream. In Geekish Senpai, if you're in the Offbeats Discord, you said which section of the Discord can you ask? If you go in general chat and ask that exact question, they'll link you to the channel, but the channel is under the content creators category and it's called Tech Questions or something like that, Tech Help, something like that. Okay, so any advice on getting into the witchy community? I feel like just starting, like just doing it, just going into the tarot category right now on Twitch is very small and niche. So if you're going to stand out, there's only usually like 2 or 3 rows of tarot streamers. So all of the tarot streamers at this point are pretty much getting to know each other. And we're building the foundation of the witchy tarot spiritual section on Twitch. It will grow over time, especially once these YouTube tarot readers figure out how you can monetize on Twitch. Oh boy, we're going to see a flood of tarot streamers come over to Twitch as soon as they figure it out. But I think right now, only the gamers who happen to be magical minded are in the tarot category. Once the mainstream magical people understand the potential of live streaming their tarot practice, it's going to get flooded. I'm calling it. So if you get started now and you go ahead and establish yourself in the category, especially if you start to become friends with the other streamers in the category, there's not a ton and not everybody's going to be your cup of tea. I'm certainly not going to be friends with every single person that streams tarot. There's a couple of people that are not quite my cup of tea. They rub me the wrong way. I probably rub them the wrong way, and we won't end up making any type of relationship or whatever. But there's plenty of people that I will, and because it's such a small tight-knit group, we're all scratching each other's back. We're going to be the established figures in this category when it grows and explodes in the next year or two. I'd say it's at least going to double by the end of 2022. At least double. I wouldn't be surprised if it did more than double. Okay. So yeah, it's getting into it, putting yourself out there with doing it, getting a nice setup for your tarot cards, Rogue, or whatever your divination tool is. I know some people use runestones and stuff, but getting a nice setup for that, like an overview. So working on your setup for it, and then just getting started. You have a pretty nicely established audience and you're already kind of established as a very magical person. So I think it's going to work out pretty well for you. Once you go ahead and open yourself up to it. Yeah. Okay. Is it worth it to make highlight collections on Twitch? From Julia. Is it worth it to make highlight collections on Twitch? There's a section for it, but will viewers use it? Is it worth that much editing? Because I've been told not to post highlights to YouTube. If y'all are being told not to do something, don't post highlights to YouTube. Don't upload your Twitch VODs to YouTube. Don't follow your gut. Some things work for some people and some things don't work for other people. So I think that a highlight video compilation is better than a Twitch VOD to go onto YouTube. Like a 10-minute highlight compilation of a stream rather than just the 2-hour Twitch stream or 5-hour Twitch stream. I think that's better to upload to YouTube, especially if you have a good thumbnail and you have like a solid title and everything for it, and a solid focus, like whatever it was you were doing in Sims that night, like finally had my 100th baby or whatever the 100 baby challenge is in Sims. I've had several people who, whenever I take, like when I did the Streamlabs thing, for example, this is one that y'all can actually see. On my YouTube channel, I uploaded that video last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, like goodbye Streamlabs, so dramatic, oh my god. I uploaded that was just pulled from my Twitch stream, and my Twitch stream was 2 hours long that night, and I ended up playing a video game and also talking about Cowboy Bebop, I think. So I had like 3 focuses for that stream: discussing Streamlabs, discussing Cowboy Bebop, playing a video game. There were a lot of people who, when I pulled out that Streamlabs thing, uploaded it to YouTube, titled it appropriately, edited out all of the irrelevant stuff like thanks for the follow or the things that got me distracted from the topic, and made it just a nice soundbite and a nice 20-minute condensed, this is everything that you needed to see if you wanted to hear me talk about the Streamlabs thing. And then I posted it to Twitter. I had several people tell me, thank you for doing that because they missed the live, or they weren't going to be able to watch it in the live and they really wanted to hear what I had to say about it. So if you make the efforts to pull out that type of stuff and convert it into YouTube content, people will watch it. And I think that highlight compilations are more watchable than a Twitch VOD, because a Twitch VOD is like what you were doing in the moment. It's who you were hanging out with. It's the jokes you were telling in the moment. Like, sometimes people will rewatch Twitch VODs the day after, but after like a day or two, there's not really a reason for people to care about that VOD anymore. If you're just trying to pull out the gameplay, like me beating this boss in Dark Souls or something, like that's something you could pull from the VOD, or trying to edit down the playthrough of Dark Souls. So we got to pull a substance out. It can't just be Twitch VOD number 364. Nobody cares. Like, it's not clickable. It's not interesting unless someone's just a super fan of yours and they want to see everything that you do and smell every breath that you exhale. Sorry. Do I think that they're worth that much editing? How much time do you have to put into it? I think that maybe a once a month highlight compilation might be nice. At least having a channel trailer would be good. Yeah, every couple of months, if you could do a new highlight, like showing what your like a quarterly highlight reel, could be worth the time for everybody to do. I think I would probably recommend everybody do that. Make time to make a quarterly highlight reel. Could it be like a 10-minute long compilation of the best clips, and you could pull all of these clips from your Twitch viewers. Your Twitch viewers could clip this stuff for you. Hi, Moonlit Narcy. And then is it worth it to make the reel? There's a section, but will viewers use it? I look at it sometimes. I think that if we got a little bit better at organizing our Twitch video section, our Twitch VODs and the highlights and the uploads, I think that viewers would use it. Yes. Okay. How many hours do you think you have to dedicate to streaming? Oh, wow. I think this might change for a lot of people. Richard says, how many hours do you think you have to dedicate to streaming a week or a month to have it be a valuable use of time? Okay, well, it's a subjective question. What's valuable to you? Because some people they work 2 jobs and they have a family and children, and they have 3 extra hours a week. Some people they're full-time students and they live at home with their families and they have 40, 50 extra hours a week that they aren't. So it's already subjective to start off with. So that's already something you need to be determining for yourself. How much spare time do you have a week? That's the first question to answer. So if you're working 40 hours a week, right? We'll say full-time employee working 40 hours a week, plus we've got a commute every day of about 30 minutes. So that's another 5 hours by the end of the week. So 45 hours are already taken away. Okay, am I doing math on y'all? I'm sorry. But we'll do 24 times 7. So we have 168 hours in the week. We're subtracting the 45 for work and commute. That leaves us with 123 hours. Then we've got sleep, 8 hours a day times 7 days a week. That's 56. That leaves us with 67 hours a week. Plus we need to go grocery shopping. We need to exercise. So let's say 30 minutes a day of exercise times 7. So what, 6 hours? We'll say 5 hours for exercise a week. 4 hours. And then grocery shopping and errands, we'll give another 3 hours. We'll subtract another 10 hours for those things, which leaves us with 57 hours a week extra. That doesn't include date nights. That doesn't include quality time with your friends and family. That doesn't include sitting in front of the TV for a few hours. That doesn't include reading books or your morning routines or taking showers or walking your dog. That's 57 hours to do all of that stuff. How much of that can you put to streaming? 20 hours a week, maybe. But then you're working a 20-hour a week job and a 40-hour a week job. Sorry, I know it's math. I'm very number oriented. But you're working a full-time job 40 hours a week. Maybe you're a full-time student 40 hours a week. Is 20 hours too much? So this is my thought process of how much time to spend on streaming. Now let's look at it from a different angle. How much do I think it would be worth it? I've said this a million times, and I've said it a million times tonight, but I think that 3 times a week, 3-ish hours a stream is a good formula. So about 9 to 15 hours a week of streaming would be good. 9 to 15 hours a week of streaming, plus maybe 3 to 5 hours a week of video editing and uploading on other platforms. So about 20 hours a week spent on streaming, marketing yourself, networking, editing videos, cross-posting. 20 hours a week I think is probably pretty good. I think that it would actually result in growth, or result in enough content to lead you to growth. But you have to calculate if 20 hours a week would not kill you. How many hours a week do I spend watching other people's content? Not very much. Maybe 10 hours a week. I might watch content for about 10 hours a week. YouTube videos, Twitch streams. Now if we're talking about Discord calls, Discord voice calls, I'm probably spending too much time. I'd say probably closer to 20, 25 hours a week spent consuming content or involving myself in community events. 25-ish hours a week. It's probably too much, to be honest, because I'm not making YouTube videos right now. So I need to redirect that energy somewhere else, right? Okay. We've got one from Alienation. Okay, I'm actually going to take this question from Slade. It's the same question, though. If I can find out how to find it. What are some... Okay, it's not popping up, so maybe we'll have to take the other one. Do you recommend... Alienation. Do you recommend playing more well-known games or less-known games? Also, some games that you recommend to play on streams for growth. And Slade had a question that said, what are some good categories to grow in right now? So those are... I might need to do a screen grab for this. Do I have an overlay set up for this? Twitch.tv/directory. I'm going to switch to a screen overview. We're going to take a look. I actually don't know how to answer this off the top of my head because I haven't been looking at this stuff lately. So let me see. It's going to be watch. I have no idea which screen this is going to show. So we'll find out together. Watch center monitor. Oh, okay. Well, where's my camera? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. All right, let me scoot over a little bit. All right. So here's the Twitch directory. Let me move my webcam around a little bit. And then I'll make this a different size so we can see it all together. Right here. Okay, so right now on Twitch, we have the top row of games. These are the most popular categories right now. Minecraft probably, it's not usually that high. I think that there's probably just a huge person streaming. No? Really? Viewers high to low. Really? Wow, okay. Minecraft's just popping off, okay. Just Chatting, Minecraft, Fortnite, Valorant, Apex Legends, Halo Infinite, and GTA 5 are the most popular streamed games right now. And I think that this is Halo, there's something, is this a new game that came out? Something has just happened with Halo recently that everyone's been playing Halo. So I don't know if there was an update to an old game or if a new version of Halo has come out. So this will probably not stay here forever. It'll probably fade down to the second row some point. So this top row of games is going to be impossible to get seen in, is the point, right? It's going to be very hard to get discovered. Just Chatting, very hard to get seen. If we open up Just Chatting and look at this, we have the top row. Yeah, the top row is 16,000 viewers plus to get seen. And if we do I call this a 1, 2, 3 scroll, we have 1,000 plus viewers. So just 1, 2, 3 scroll is like attention span. My attention span's pretty much gone right here. And this is 500 plus viewers. So if you don't have 500 plus viewers, unless people are specifically sorting by tags, like if I put in LGBTQ, then I like my 1, 2, 3 scroll, 2, 3 is 40 viewers. Okay, so if you're using the Twitch tags properly, and people are searching for whichever tag that you are niche specific to, like maybe we try, let's try like neurodivergent instead is another one that I really like. Wow, next to nobody uses it. Okay, interesting. Let's try like maybe if you are like a black content creator. Is it African American or does she use black? Black. So if you were a black content creator and you were using the tag for that, then very easy to get seen in just chatting if people are searching by that tag. Because the top row is 30 plus viewers. So definitely make sure you're using these tags if you are not, because people do sort by them. I do get quite a few people that find me from these hashtags. So let's back up to the categories again. I don't necessarily recommend these top rows. Minecraft is we're just gonna see the 1, 2, 3 on Minecraft, still 100 plus viewers. Minecraft is something I'm going to be bringing into my channel, so I guess I could let y'all know how someone who averages 60 viewers right now does in one of the top ranking categories, if it brings in viewership for me or if I just feel buried and unseen. I would recommend probably like these 2 rows in here. I would say to come down, maybe even like these 3 rows, but the Pokemon game, probably a little difficult. Call of Duty, probably a little difficult. Genshin's probably pretty good to grow in. I've seen Genshin maintain for a very long time. Although if we come in, let's do a 1, 2, 3. We're at the 60 viewer mark. So if you're with 3 viewers, 3 to 5 viewers, 3 to 10 viewers, how hard is it going to be to get seen? Unless you're marketing yourself well. Pokemon, a 1, 2, 3-ish puts us at 100 plus viewers. But if we come down to like Animal Crossing, 1, 2, 3, we're at like 30 viewers, 30-ish viewers in Animal Crossing. So if you're sitting around 20 to 40 viewers, even probably 15, I'd say maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe like the 15 category. If you start networking well with other Animal Crossing streamers and you kind of like raid and host them, Animal Crossing is so supportive of each other too. Link each other in a game. Like put your Twitch link on your GTA. I only get viewers from LGBT. The LGBT tag is very, very supportive as well. And it's also like nice and it's pretty large too, so there's quite a few people to network with in it, as compared to like when I put in neurodivergent. So maybe neurodivergent is too niche down. Well, there's like quite a few over here, but still that's not very many that use the neurodivergent tag. But I wonder if like ADHD would have better. So, but at the same time, like, what are people going to be searching for? There's a little bit more people under the ADHD one, so it'd be worth just like searching around and trying to decide which tags feel like you identify with and you think people are going to be searching for. If there's a lot of people in the tag, it's likely more people know the tag exists and so might search for it. And then let's see, once you get lower, like too far down, so I don't know, like poker, I don't know. Some of these are like have niched audiences. Like poker's a very niched one. I would recommend going for one. Like I do think that Stardew Valley, let me find Stardew Valley on the list because everything around Stardew is going to be pretty good. These are not sorted by high to low. That explains a lot. Okay, that explains so much. Okay, Minecraft is not the top one. GTA 5 is top. Valorant, Apex, League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics, which I've not heard of, Minecraft, Warzone, Pokemon, Sports, Music, Halo, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight. These are the top ones. These are going to be very hard to get seen in. Let's find Stardew on this list. It's not loaded in. Everything around Stardew is going to be probably pretty decent. Bloodborne, Warframe, Osu, Stardew, Subnautica, MapleStory, Makers and Crafting, Dragon Ball games. VHS will not be here forever, but I know that this is trending right now, so this one would be worth maybe playing. I've heard a lot of people talking about this, so keeping an eye on like games that are buzzworthy or people are talking about. This one is actually only like super high viewed because there's a lot of people with big viewers at the top. But look at this. These 996 viewers might click on this category and see this person down here with 9 viewers because they're curious about the game and they might want to see other people playing it. Oh, VHS is the new Dead by Daylight game, isn't it? It's the game that's like Dead by Daylight. Okay. So, yeah, finding these games here with about 2,000 to 4,000 viewers is probably a good spot that you'll actually get visibility in if you have less than 30 viewers, if that makes sense. Less than, yeah, I'd say about 40 or less viewers. You want to find a category with between 2,000 and 4,000 viewers, because it means there's actually people watching the game. It's actually a searchable category. Like Red Dead looks like a really great one for someone with about 20 viewers. You might possibly pick up some raids from people in the category because it's a small enough category. You might get seen by other streamers when they're looking for a raid target, unless they just raid a friend. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling about this. I would probably, like, if I was to pick some games right now, just from this, I would probably go with Red Dead. Red Dead looks like it might be nice. Subnautica, I'd want to revisit because I like Subnautica. And then right up here we start to get too high. Like art would be hard for me to get seen in right now, even with 60 viewers. Maybe not, but maybe. You have to have a really good thumbnail in the art category. But the top rows, I wouldn't be in the top several rows. I try to shoot to be in at least the top 2 rows when I'm streaming so that I can pick up some discoverability from it. So Animal Crossing, and I'm sitting at 60 viewers-ish. I might be able to pick up some viewers out of this because it's not too far down to scroll me. It's just too far down to scroll to find me, as long as my thumbnail is interesting enough. So this is where we start to look at thumbnails and see, like, this one doesn't stand out very much to me because the webcam down here blends in too much to all of this, so it doesn't pop out immediately. But this might be because I know Nimbly already, but Nimbly's caught my eye because of the vibrant, beautiful colors, how large the webcam is. My eye went straight to it. My eyes popped to this one as well. Bright, vibrant colors. So it's again, but this is subjective. This is just what catches my eye. Although I do think I have a pretty good eye for composition in this type of stuff. This one caught my eye. So you have to come through and analyze, like, how can you stand out in the thumbnails at this point? It becomes more of a game like it is on YouTube. How can I make the thumbnails good? How can my thumbnail look different and more eye-catching than the other ones? How can I get picked out of this sea of content? Sunhaven or Overcooked? I think Sunhaven's too small, and it's really a shame because I really do love this game. But I have been playing it recently, but look at this, there's 2 people in it. And Sunhaven itself is not, unfortunately, I hope that they learn a little bit, but they're not very good at, as an indie game, in my opinion, in my opinion, they should be retweeting or networking, not networking, but like marketing and showing off content creators who are streaming their game. They need more word of mouth about their game. This game is really good. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like Stardew or MapleStory or something like that. It's still early access. It hasn't been released yet. It should have more attention on it than it does, but they don't. The creators of the game need to do a little bit better of a job of word of mouth marketing their game. So it's too small right now for there's no discoverability in this category for me. My viewership only comes from my already existing audience. So I would not, if I was being strategic, I would not pick Sunhaven. I would probably pick Animal Crossing, or like in this niche of category, or Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is really good for small creators because the top row is usually around 40 plus viewers, and right around the mid scroll is about 10 viewers. So Stardew is a tight-knit community. It's sandbox gaming, and this is a way for you to build an audience in sandbox gaming, and you could transfer over to Sunhaven if you really wanted to stream Sunhaven. I do think that it is slow to grow as an artist on Twitch, unfortunately. I think Twitch has done quite a few things throughout the years that has made it hard for the art category to really thrive. They keep like continuing to thwart it in a lot of ways. Oh my god, Dark Eternal, was it you that had DM'd me yesterday? I haven't gotten a chance to reply to you. No, I haven't even gotten to set up my OBS or anything yet. So I'm gonna be working on my OBS tomorrow, so I'll be messing with the .bat files and all of that stuff. Maybe not tomorrow, but in the next couple of days. So let's see. I'll take a look at the art category. But I do think that the art category is tight knit. And very support, like the art category is very wholesome. So the art category does tend to raid in the art category. So at this point, you're going to want to try to find a way that you can stand out in the thumbnails. Your art itself is going to speak for itself, and also a lot of marketing and networking outside of the actual stream is going to be crucial. Same thing in the ASMR category, which I won't click on in case there's any saucy ASMR streamers live right now. But the ASMR category is very tight knit and supportive of each other, and raids and hosts each other. And again, it's a game of thumbnails. How can you stand out compared to the other creators in the thumbnails? Just Dance would probably be pretty fun. I played Just Dance for the first time yesterday, but this is going to be a very specific type of creators. Not everyone is comfortable being full body on camera, but I think Just Dance is a lot of fun to watch. Oh, this one's only huge right now because we've got 2 mega streamers doing it. Okay. All right. I hope that I've explained this well enough. If you're under 30 viewers, I would recommend picking a game out that has between 2,000 and 4,000 viewers on Twitch. And I would check on this every couple of days because some games trend for random reasons. Maybe a popular streamer picked it up and then it renewed interest in it overall for a week or 2. So I would just keep looking at this, and I would adjust over time, and you'll start to notice after a couple of months really of looking at this which games stay consistent. Stardew is a very consistent game. Animal Crossing is a very consistent game. Smite is very consistent. Destiny is very consistent. Smash Brothers consistent. New World has been consistent. So games that stay getting viewership long term. But strategically jumping on like trending games. My voice is starting to go out, so if you're a Twitch affiliate, Alan, you are technically in breach of your affiliate contract if you go live. If you're an affiliate, you're technically in breach of the affiliate contracts. At this point, it's like, will someone report you? Will you get caught doing it? But you're not supposed to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube. You can stream on Twitch and then end your stream and then go live on YouTube separately, but it can't be the same content, if that makes sense. It can't be the same stream, or else you could technically get banned from Twitch or lose your affiliate contract or something. So I wouldn't recommend starting out multi-streaming. I also, in my experience, it's very frustrating as a viewer to be talking to someone in their Twitch chat, but they're only responding to YouTube chat. Why would I even bother continuing to watch them? I'm there for the live stream interaction of it, and I'm not getting that from you. So I'm going to close your stream and move on to a different stream where they are talking to me. So unless you have a really good way of watching both of the chats, then to me, it feels I should just be making different content for the different platforms. But it's up to you. I've got one friend who swears by streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but he hasn't been reported yet, and he could lose his affiliate contract for it. Restream dumps all the chats together. If you could respond to all of the chats, then that wouldn't shoot that in the foot. But I try to stand out on the thumbnail. It's a hard game, Marcy. Oh my god, Narcy, I'm sorry. It's hard. The thumbnail game is definitely a difficult one, especially on Twitch, because you also want to make sure that you're not blocking the content, or the actual viewing experience is good. But I think there was one more that I wanted to look at. Where is it? How should a beginner go about making a schedule? How do you find the sweet spot between overworking and not working enough? What should be prioritized? Would 20 hours a week still be a good amount? I do think 20 hours a week is probably what I will continue to recommend. 3 streams a week, 3-ish hours at a time, plus a good day, a good solid chunk of time, 4 to 5 hours or so, that you can use taking that content you made on Twitch and turning it into content for some other platform, or recording a YouTube video or something like that. 20 hours a week. But you want to make sure that it matches with your, like, what your lifestyle looks like. It's not going to be a one size fits all for everybody, because we all have different lives. Some people have children. Some people are in school full time and they work and they have to go take care of their elderly parent or something. There's a lot of different reasons why a 20-hour a week schedule wouldn't work for you. And if that's the case, I would squeeze in a stream or 2 where you can. It's better to do something than nothing, right? Okay. I think that I'm going to wrap the Q&A up here. I'm starting to lose my voice. We're at the 3-hour mark, which is about how long I want these to run. So I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who has tuned in tonight to ask questions. And a huge thank you to Panthera, of course, for helping me cultivate the questions out. I think she's probably already gone to bed. Yeah, I guess my next Q&A session. Oh yeah, one more thing. We're doing an OBS setup in Offbeats tomorrow. So did I already close my chat? Offbeats discord.gg/offbeats. Oh, Panthera, you're still here. If you would like to join, we're going to be meeting up in the voice chat at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be hanging out in voice chat and setting up our OBS together, swapping OBS plugins, tips, tricks, ideas, all this good stuff. It's going to be an OBS day. So there's the Discord link in the chat if you would like to join us for that. My next Q&A session will be on the first Wednesday of the new year, unless that's, it's not, okay. I was going to say unless that's New Year's Day. So January 5th will be my next Q&A live stream session. I'll hopefully have a nice 4 or 5 videos for y'all uploaded this month throughout December. I'll be live on Twitch every, you know, couple of days, 3 or 4, three-ish times a week, you know, which is, I'm just Hey Shady Lady over on Twitch. And I think that's everything. I think that's all I want to say. I want to say thank you all so much for tuning in, for hanging out. If y'all are watching afterwards, thank you guys for watching the live streams. If y'all could drop a like on the video, it will help my poor little baby heart feel validated. And I'm going to, I guess, go through and timestamp the video so when people watch it as a VOD later or a video later, they can jump around to the questions that they want to hear about. But yeah, I hope you all have a good night. Narcy, Hololex, Jackpop, Julia, Alpen Glow Up, Victoria, HM, thank you all so much for being here. Alan as well, thank you for joining. Lumpy and Panthera, thanks for modding. Doogsley, thank you for being here. And I guess I will talk to y'all next time. My next Twitch live stream will probably be Friday. Maybe I'll take Friday off. Maybe Saturday or Sunday. Maybe Saturday night. I want to do a plan with me stream on Twitch coming up soon. So yeah, I'll talk to you all soon, and I hope you have a good night. Bye, everybody. What screen should I go to? AFK? We'll do it. Okay. Bye, friends.